last round, really fast pace change up. See, this time Full Sense actually going to try and overwhelm around the fountain, but it's tempered, right? Yeah. It's traded out for Simprissa.
Works out for half a second, right? Now they're going to go down mid, they're going to try and get this extra control. PTC actually does manage to make it work, so that's a pretty good response there. Back to a 3-on-3 now.
Yeah, gun not retrievable just yet, but Margaret again going for the lurk. Or these first few gun battles in this round, they're looking so awkward.
Hang on. Yeah, very, very rough. And now that's called the immediate rotate, but look at this. The Spike still wanting to head over towards B, and PTC finds another. They have to react to this. That's a pick-upable weapon now.
Yeah, a bit of an overheat to come through, unfortunately, from Margaret. This makes it so winnable for Full Sense. I mean, you've got Prowlers, you've got a Seize, you've got a Snake Spite, but Francis in the right position.
There's going to be anything to throw out. No, that's great again from Francis. All I can say, man, Persia, Francis, how reliable they are to respond time and time again, keeping the team afloat.
You're looking at the winnable scenarios for a team like Simprissa in this tournament so far. You haven't really had any individual completely lacking behind, right? We've always had one or two members really ahead, the team collectively together. I mean, you've not really had to see too much actually come through from Ivy so far because he's still, you know, dotting I's, crossing T's, putting down the right utility when they're going in for these site takes. When the slower rounds have happened, they've sped it up. So are we going to get another fast one here? You've got the overdrive, you've got the Nightfall. These are certainly key aspects to get into a site.
Absolutely. You don't want to be Full Sense losing too many more rounds here as well. The control will start to fall away from you, but already this contest looking for it. Danby trying to get into position, and it's going to be the Nightfall. Straight off the rip too. Fast lane goes down, and there's the overdrive you speak about, baby, but Leviathan ready for it. Margaret will get a bit of a response here. So much utility Komodo is being burned right now as they try to continue, but they fall away. They don't want this.
And this might favor Fox as well. He hasn't used the Thrash just yet, so the time will start to settle just a little bit. You've lost the tip of the spear in Danby to get in towards the site, but now the rotations happen, and Sushi Boys, he's already started to pivot to this A site to help PTC.
Absolutely, he's already in a prime position, but they're not going to go for it. They're not going to overstay. They want to reset this. They're burning a little bit of extra time, and they can rekindle their spirits for now.
Gravnet and Incendiary already gone for Simprissa as well, so a couple of these key aspects that they'd love to layer down in towards this B site no longer available. The Haunt will come online, but they have to wait for just a second, regroup together before the hit.
Wingman down though.
Oh, the timing.
But the Thrash is going to be huge. Doesn't get any information. It does. Okay, so that's been a little bit of a call of the queue right now. Dizzy still available. Haunt goes up. Doesn't quite catch any information here, Komodo. So they've got to get moving. 30 seconds.
The timing of these walls from Leviathan are gorgeous, but oh my lord, look at that. Francis for 2, Fox for 3. Can't get the last. It's just down to 1v1.
Absolutely. Still a lot of pressure onto this round. You can't count them out here. PTC doesn't have the
nice.
There it is. Spots it right back, and the Nightmare returns.
On the board finally, but at what cost right now? Only one surviving in the end. Another round going really close towards that time limit as well, and that's when pressure really starts to just be felt for Simprissa. You can't overstep. You had to try and bait out that Thrash earlier on. I mean, to point it out as well right now, you're looking at someone for Full Sense that you want activated. You're looking for who you need to see. John Olsen, mate, where are you right now? You've got nothing.
He's disappeared for just a second. Obviously, you know, seeing him perform so well on that Neon, but this time on the Rays. But look, it's Fox. Fox has been so consistent. He's been so sharp. He's been so reliable. But now they're going for a little bit of a pickup of the pace again here. Leviathan has a lot of weight on his shoulders right now as they try to spot the information. There's the Prowler. There's the fast lane. They're getting into this site again. And already they're starting to overlook a little bit here. Leviathan catches one, but Danby, it's going to be a denial. Fox able to trade, but John Olsen activates. Sushi Boys at the right time. Danby's going to be spotted as well. That's the Nightfall to go out.
John Olsen भाई से नहीं हो रहा है
KappA. It's not going to matter. Ivy's still alive, still kicking, but in hookah, stuck, and the Spike is down.
Yeah, great Nightfall to come out from PTC. Throws a spanner in the works for what Simprissa try to get on out, and I think for right now, if you're Ivy, might be looking for an exit kill if possible. The Spike is in an untenable position to get back, especially as a deadlock. 2 Sonic Sensors, you just have to really hit your shots in this current position.
So tricky to get back into this one. It's going to be about finding those 1v1s as best as he can, kind of breaking open the bars, right? And Full Sense, they're setting themselves up really well to trade, but obviously PTC, Sushi Boys, relatively low, 44 seconds left, so there's still some time to get this done.
Yeah.
Going to creep in, if he can find anything. Again, it's just all onto this. Full Sense just need to do their job. They know it well, and they do it to perfection. Awesome, great stuff. Secure back on the board.
Yeah, and through the chaos as well, with all those utilities coming forward, not allowed in. The stop, the brick wall, the utility dumping. These are aspects of the game for full sense that they'll still look to recycle as well, because look at the management of economy right now for their ultimates. One away from the thrash yet again for Fox. You've got John Olsen, who was silent, getting some kills, getting closer towards the showstopper. These are pivotal ultimates to get in the early stages of this one, to start to build up your economy, to start to make Simpressa question, are we really just able to try and waltz in towards these sites and catch you in rotations?
Yeah, false sense of security really on that take, wasn't it? You know, getting into that position, but now it's early control again. They're going to simmer it down a little bit more.
Yeah, back change again, full sense, more towards the A site this time. Always loving the 3 and 2s, no over real extending. You got the Viper's bit that actually has been popped over to the B side, but you know, when you do start to push things back over to A, you know Simpressa are going to start to set up with this lower buy.
Oh, so bold. He does manage to get one, but I think that's a potential overstep here, Komodo. Giving up one of the Vandals already is a bit of a weak link.
Yeah, and you've got Fox who's starting to sniff out what's happening over at the B side as well, but this is where John Olsen needs to be really careful. Revealed by the ult.
Absolutely. Straight on in again. Danby trying to be that linchpin to get in towards this control. And there's the aggression. A second. Margaret picks up the pieces this time round, and now the control. Barrier mesh can go in, and this is going to be so hard for full sense to break back in.
You got traps, you got a sonic sensor, you got a haunt and a prowler coming online for Simpressa. This is just too difficult to get back in. I'm not even going to add to the fact, well, maybe I will, that it's a 2 versus 4 now from the lesser weaponry. A bit of an overheat, but Danby, I mean, look how he brings back a lot of these rounds. He gets in your face.
The overstep from PTC.
Yeah.
You know, they get the orb control. John Olsen finds that information, showstopper off the back of it, but then they give it up.
And no real value from Leviathan's pit as well. He's backed up by Fox over at that B side. I mean, Leviathan, you've got no charges on your ultimate right now. If you can peel away with a Vandal, look, sure, maybe do some damage. It was a bit of an eco coming into this round, but I mean, maybe it'd be better placed holding that rifle in towards the next round. Sister team. It's going to be a bit more of a reset for on the back of this round. We'll let it settle in for him. Another round back over towards Simpressa. And what have we seen so far from them? Changes between both sides, really making full sense question, where are we putting our beginning utility in these rounds as well? You can see, as you mentioned, overstep from PDC. John Olsen caught in transition back towards the site. A little bit risky pulling out the utility in those pieces as well. So Simpressa, they've got the idea of how they want to be maneuvering full sense around the map, giving them the bait. Because when you've got someone like Margaret, who has been so sensational on the lurks, is he actually going to be on the other side of the map when you're least expecting it? Is he actually going to change it up and be with the team as well and just being a turret with them? You know, there's so many different aspects that Simpressa can just change on a dime that we've seen teams not be able to adapt so far for in this tournament.
So many moments where, you know, we've continued to talk about it and just the adaptation and reactivity that we're seeing come through from some of these guys, right? You know, it's incredible sort of things to know what it's like to kind of be able to adapt so fast and quickly and get that information straight off the back and work out sort of the pieces, right? And that's where Danby has really been shining for me personally, kind of in this game at the very least, over and above John Olsen in a way, because he's able to find those picks, he's able to bridge that gap, close that space, and do everything of that nature. So, I don't know, I think it's a perfect sort of start here for Simpressa, you know, on that attacking side, it's already getting all that control.
का काम करना पड़ेगा तेरे को थोड़ा।
अभी ठीक है क्या?
Being in control, right? It's very. You've only really seen him sweat from Riddle for that brief moment, right?
मुझे तो तेरा आवाज ऐसे भी सही आ रहा है। वो स्ट्रीम पे जाते वक्त कम जाता रहेगा।
Moments, right? The 1v4 to come to
नहीं अभी सही है बोल रहे
हो। A little bit later on as well. You've got individual moments from these teams popping off. So at a time, any one of them don't need to necessarily be together as a unit. They can spread their wings a little bit more and be the individual, then come back to the nest.
Absolutely, such an important piece there. But John Olsen, they're going for this extra control now. The thrash has been expended. ETC already opening up the bank account too, so that's a great investment here, where last time they went a little bit too far, but that's where Simpressa, they're going to try and capitalize here. Already getting blocked down by that Molotov, so it's going to temper the pace a little bit, but John Olsen, he's keen. He wants to try get into here, and Danby already around the back. The Judge gets the job done. And as well. The Dizzy doesn't get anything here, but John Ivy has gotten away with murder just there in that position.
You have to consider just going for the save again, 2 versus 4.
Oh, man. So awkward from this position right now. They're going to try and look forward, but that's the barrier mesh going down as well. It's just going to make it so much more awkward. PTC finds one. Maybe that's going to give them a little bit of a sniff and an entry in here.
Dummy is low and Ivy falls, but now it's just down to Leviathan.
Impact player again, but a player that can get along in the clutch as well. However, Danby's going to get the spot, going to get the dink, and now Leviathan is limping into this round. Can get onto the tap, but it's in an open position. Information can be gathered, and they know they don't need to go for this. They can just sit back, sit pretty, and make it work. And Danby again.
Yeah, kill रहा है भाई.
This guy guy is consistent.
का neon बहुत
questioning, right?
हाँ.
How good would
One
they
trick
be
neon
on the
लगता है
stage?
मेरे को,
And
पर
the
neon
answer
है
so
बहुत
far is goddamn hot.
Right moment, right time, right position around the map for them as well. When you've got the showstopper potential backed up behind the thrash that Fox is sending in, they find the opening kill against Margaret. What do you see from Simprissa immediately?
140, 130.
Put your runners on, go in towards the site through showers, send Darby in to wrap around U-Hole and really lock them in.
So quick to react, right? We lose one here, let's take more space here. The real estate is returned. They know how to invest.
Yeah, and I mean, you got a couple of individual frags coming on through for the side of Full Sense there, but you're back towards this eco establishment. You lose the opening duel because showers has been a bit of a position for Full Sense that already they're loving to contest extremely early on.
Give it some time again. You know, the reaction, the response from Full Sense has been good. They're going to send the Prowler in there, maybe get some info. They do. The audio cue's there.
Yeah, and if you're counting a bit of this utility to come through from Full Sense at the moment, you're buying a bit of time, you're seeing that they're contesting you early on around the A site, you're waiting to see what Margaret can do around B, you're waiting to see what Ivy can do, spotting out a couple of these deeper lines.
Getting the shots, John Olsen with the response, but I don't know if that's going to be enough there. Again, it's an awkward thing. He's actually invested the showstopper. That's quite a big rip here. They are strangleholded in showers a little bit, but they're going to get out. Can Leviathan find this line? Dandy's already crossed, and he's looking for that information. The relay bolt goes in, and that's the ultimate engaged again. This is the thing. This is why this guy is so incredible and so hyped, and why it's so important for the individual prowess. Danby on the neon is so damn hot right now.
There has been no shutdown on the space that he's able to find with the team when it goes
Bro,
from
सब second match को आएंगे, boom का ही पहले रख देते
from the gaps in towards the site that Simprissa
हाँ ना,
are
stadium तो
exploiting.
feel होता.
Full Sense have not been able to actually be at the right time in the last couple of rounds. We've seen it when they went for the stacking over towards the B side, what Fox was able to do just individually, right? And I really feel like for the moment, Full Sense have got a couple of the right idea plans in the early beginning. They're pushing together as a unit, they're holding each other the sidelines, but when you've got Darby, I mean, going 16-4, what do you do?
It's literally like, it's such a thing, it's such a contrast, this neon that could just get all up in your grill so quickly. So let's watch to see if they're able to open up the bank account once more, but they've slowed it down this time.
Yeah, and a full lean as well for Simprissa this time. Not leaving anyone to lurk, but this is quick.
They want to go for it again. They want to capitalize on this momentum that they've got behind them, and I absolutely don't blame them because immediately they've already forced everyone away, but they try to reinvest as well. Bringing that ultimates back in already, they're going to go for this. Oh, it's awkward.
Yeah, now let's Ivy set up all of the utility with Margaret as well. This is going to be a 5 versus 5, but it's really difficult to play.
Absolutely, they've just left it completely dry. There were two focus. That rotation was monstrous, but Margaret still alive, still kicking. He gets another, but they collapse on in once again. This is the thing, and that's finally a moment where we've seen Full Sense react quickly and adapt to this fast push coming out from the side of Simprissa.
Yeah, as I said, no lurks left for Simprissa to be able to find them. A little bit of a backstab. It was just all in together as a unit, and as soon as PDC recognizes that the Nightfall comes in, they're using it to be the bait. You remove the audio cue from your opponents, they can't hear the flank coming through, they can't hear the TP, they don't know what's coming up behind them, and they're frazzled in it. Look at the lines around the site. I mean, you've just got the eyes on the prize in that scenario with Full Sense. They finally answer back.
Just like a stun lock completely, right? I immediately question why will this utility coming out so quickly, and then you see the pace behind them. So now they're going to go for the early orb control. That's one away from the global orbital strike.
Yeah, and they're trying to maximize that as well. One away, as you mentioned, for Sushi Boys, it'll be really crucial if you want to get into this post plant. If he's able to pick it up again, maybe you're able to deny it, but the lean for Simprissa at the moment is going to the weaker side. Back to Old Faithful, leaving Margaret to play the lurk role, has the hat available. And Persha as well, one away from the orbital strike to counter that, but again, little by little, Full Sense, they start to feel a little bit of this weight around this B side. They've got to make their way here, man.
Oh man, the entry again, the relay bolt is to absolute perfection. Sushi Boys again, an impact player being taken down. Margaret finding that lurk as well. The catch. Orbital was the A site. Look at this pressure now that goes back on in. They have to keep on moving. The barrier mesh is there. That's another catch and a third. Impact, impact, impact. I call it. This man is like a god amongst men right now with the amount of pressure and strain he is putting on Full Sense. They cannot break the shackles in the jailer that is damn.
Neon से fast घुसने का और बाद में साइड लेके इससे रुका देने का.
Around the site. I mean, I mentioned it, right? Margaret, they're going back to Old Faithful. They're letting him go back on towards the lurk. He finds the kill. Once the hit is currently happening, it's simultaneous for Simprissa as well. As soon as the ult for the neural theft comes in, it's just a spray that he finds for the both remaining players where they are. This attacking side is looking gorgeous for Simprissa at the moment. And we've seen what? A small resilience from Full Sense. But apart from that, they have been quite slow to react.
They have to shut down Danby. The amount of multi-kills this guy's getting is unreal.
Yeah. Nearly 20 kills in the half, and now for the last round of this half, look at it again, Mitch, they're straight on in.
He's trapped once more. I don't think he's going to be caught this time, Danby. Oh, what? That is monstrous Danby, the reaction, the quick flick, but Sushi Boys will get the response. Now it's the global, down, the ultimate has been pushed in, PDC trying to respond, the seize is good, maybe it'll get a catch, it does. Francis might be able to find a response here, but PTC will react, Leviathan's there as well, the whole party's here for full sense, and this time, it's still not good enough, Simprisa, it's their party. And full sense isn't cool enough.
Just quick in toward it, isolate a couple of these kills as well with the abilities going down. Orbital strike to you, Paul. You go in, I mean, he's just 360'd onto them in towards the side as well. But then just in the midst, when they're trying to not even establish a plant, they're taking the space back side. Shots to come through, the C's as well to reveal. Simprisa, they don't shift their focus from, you know, the objective of needing to find the plant. We know that they've already rotated. Let's just go for the fight. We're better. We've shown it in this half already. We've shown it in this whole tournament. They're continuing this onslaught.
It's a thing of where even in the rounds where they've taken down Danby, right, there's been no stress, there's been no concern. They've managed to have an answer every single time. You know, Ivy finding a shot through the smoke there, Francis, Persia, they've been doing so fantastically. Every single individual is stepping up, and it's just so hard to kind of keep an eye away from the numbers. But I don't know, man, it was just around there where I started to see some trades come out, and it was almost like a thing of, okay, full sense have got a grasp back on this, but Simprisa, they're just continuing. It's like one step forward, two steps back. Simprisa just goes two steps ahead every time.
One of the things that we saw for the top two players in essentially this tournament, John Olsen and Danby, is their first kills, it's their first impacts, it's getting in, it's finding all of the damage. What's happened at the moment for full sense, Mitch? Where's John Olsen?
Where is he? There's Tash Bunny though. I miss her. Love to see that. Absolutely excellent.
But Simprisa, I mean, Danby is just being set up to succeed at the moment, and it's always going to be, if you can prop up an individual to have an absolutely pop-off moment, they're just going to continue it. This is where we need to see.
पता नहीं भाई भाभी नहीं ये लोग भी कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाए आरएनटी भी नहीं कंट्रोल कर पाए.
A bunch of your experience. You've got two XT1 players on this roster that you can rely on to try and figure out a narrative in this game right now. And what is happening? Where are we lacking?
They've been here before, stages like this, right? Simprisa, can't say the same, but they're still showing up
when
they need
it. लगता है भाई backside वाला line क्यों नहीं hold
in these moments. They live for the pressure apparently, and it's like a cooking pot at the moment, right? You know, this is the whole storyline. We're thinking that maybe if they get dropped down into the lower bracket, will they feel that strain? Will they feel that pressure? At this rate, you know, starting off, obviously not to be a doomer, but they're making it look pretty convincing that they're going to that grand final, and we're only, you know, half one done of the first map.
We have the switch up right now, and you think about the double Senticom for Simprisa, are you actually going to be able to break through as full sense? A back lane over to the A side pretty much all together while Simprisa get the space and the crunch in towards this.
Absolutely. Okay, that's three off the rip, right? They were ready for the reaction this time. They were so quick to respond, and now they've got that site for free, and Simprisa's going to have a really tough retake ahead of themselves.
Great idea for a starting plan around as well. You know, from full sense, they've set themselves up to start this attacking side really well, just on the back of this as well. As soon as you see that grab net come through from Ivy, you kind of have the idea that they're going to try and flood it together. And when you've got now a 2 versus 5, I mean, full sense, don't drop this one.
Absolutely. This is the one that you have to 100%, right? You can't let anything slip, making sure you keep 5 alive, not dropping down as anything sort of on the response. Paint Shells keeps them slow. Heaven, still over being looked. Not the barrier mesh, but again, it's just, it's really a challenge for SPG to find their way in.
No one needs to overextend whatsoever here for full sense. A little bit of damage in for Persia for sure, but apart from that, Mitch, I mean, you should, you know, now take your abilities, take your weapons into the next round.
Best way to go about it. But I don't know, man. Look, this is all I can say for full sense. It's one step in the right direction, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely. Pistol round secured for them. They'll get on the board really nice and early because the start that they had on their defensive side, you know, as a player sitting down, right, you want a 30-0 essentially at the end of the day. But if you're not, what are you doing to get back into it? Are you just saying in your head, okay, they're an attacking sided team, we've seen the strengths from them, or so much more than we've been able to put up on our defenses at the moment. It is okay. We'll get started on the attacking side as well. We've got a game plan for this pistol round to start off. We'll win the anti-eco, then we'll transition in towards a bonus where against this, you know, Cypher lock combo that's coming on through, it will look a little bit more slower for Simprisa. It can be a little bit more readable. Where the haunts are going, where the prowlers are going, where Danby is going.
Okay. Eco frags. Let's go, Sushi Boys. Momentum, confidence, right? Those are the actual frags that you need to give yourself a little bit of a boost. So a 4K for Sushi Boys, great response, and a good counterplay there. You could see that Simprisa were trying to shift it up.
भाविन भाई जो बोलते हैं उसका opposite ही होता है ना?
And again, one more step forward. How many steps can they string together?
I'm looking at full sense right now. What can you bring into a bonus round as an added boon? 2 ultimates is not a bad thing. Fox is 1 away from the Thrash. Sushi Boys is 2 away from the Orbital Strike. If they get an orb or a kill or a plant to come through from one of these, especially Fox, right, playing on the Gecko, send Wingman in, this is definitely going to be a way to get back into the game. It's reenact what Simprissa did against you.
Simprissa were just able to...
I think पढ़ती है तो सब individual पे आ जाते हैं.
Game so well on this bonus round. What does the approach look like? Already trying to send a little bit in forward. Be a bit of a utility lock to try get out onto the side.
Yeah, I like the deeper Cypher Trap Wire again over towards Showers too. Make sure that you have to break it if you want to go for it. But as I was mentioning, Mitch, you've got these ults that you want to try and establish in towards the side, but Wingman can't quite get in just yet.
अरे भाई तोड़ो उसका ट्रिप भाई.
John Olsen as well, but they've done well to burn
again.
Right now. Exactly right. They keep on getting caught and stopped now. Persia finds another. Margaret goes on in. Sushi Boy is good for the response, but that weapon's not retrievable.
You've got the barrier mesh down B long. You've got a bit of a sniff in from Persia as well, but he can just sit there and wait at the moment. Less than a minute to go on the clock. You can reset. You can wait for your haunt. An idea that there is still presence around A short at the moment, and as Simprissa, you've got a player advantage. You've got the recon ability. You can just wait at the moment.
What their comp allows for, right?
Yep.
Setting up, sitting back, feet up on the chair.
And you've already got Darby who's rotated back towards B when the scuffle was coming over towards A. So there's an idea, playing the 2-2, playing in the numbers. You can fall back, you can buy time with a Sky Smoke, with an Incendiary.
Oh, he's missed. They give himself a little bit of a one-way.
Yeah, play off the gap. Not a bad idea at the moment. You get pressure, you get information that the haunt is there, and you immediately push him back. Darby, he is unrelenting. Now it's just down to Leviathan.
Yeah, what do you do here? 15 seconds, Spike so far away. And again, you know, it's this proactivity of Danby to just try find all this information. He's not even going to be able to save the weapon.
There's 10 seconds. He's got a couple of individual jewels that he can take, but now it will actually shift to maybe surviving with the weapon. Maybe it's just doing damage because you have 4,600 credits. There's another frag to come to the Leviathan, so not bad. You remove 2 of these guns from the side of your opponents, and you have to make them now dig a little bit deeper into the pockets, make them question. Are they going to be able to win these rounds cleanly? They have to be a little bit more tracking around the map.
Kambi is just playing fearless, yeah.
So now we get into the next one. I was mentioning just previously, going into that bonus round, what was going to be a strength to come through from Full Sense? It was those ultimates, it was the Thrash, it was the Orbital Strike. Very keen to see how they're going to employ them right now in this round. Is it going to be to scaling quickly in towards the site? Use the Thrash first, to take the then Orbital Strike down to isolate an angle to get into the site together.
Pivotal moment here. Full Sense so desperately need this round.
Yeah, playing the 3-1-1 across the map for Full Sense. Already held at bay by the standard Sky Smokes going on down. A bit of a tickle for Danby at the moment. And a bit of a showers creep to come through from Simprissa as well. They don't want to overextend too much. They want to make sure that they're kept on a tight leash. You know, their money is still a little bit fickle. They're going up against these ults, as I've said. And you know, for Full Sense, one of these tells on what they like to do around showers. Is going to be what PDC's information utility will reveal. So right now, this is where it starts to come through. You know, things will start to tend a little bit towards the ace side for Full Sense.
He's aggressive behind, still has the trap wire down, but now
I
can't, going to be caught out.
I can't believe Francis is still going for this.
Nuts and Leviathan's actually ready for it here, so we're able to bite off that could be a massive moment here. John Olsen also finding another. Margaret getting taken down quickly. Ivy will be able to respond with something. That's a weapon as well that is somewhat recoverable, but with that spike getting planted, the rotation needs to come in. Ivy wants to try and find Leviathan, but he has been a thorn in the side of this team and unable to sort of recapitalize. So Persia, he's on the big flank now. If he can try and take this control, but PTC will deny, and this again is such an important round. Danby does get one, still alive, and now it's just managing to, you know, kind of just weaken it out a little bit.
30 HP from the damage that was done really early on. It's going to be difficult to get anything more here. Do just choose to bow out.
Yeah. A good choice, a good response there. Again, it's this mutual level of respect that's being shown right now.
And a good breath of fresh air for Full Sense as well, right? You're starting to establish a foothold on this attacking side. You want to methodically find these angles. You've actually just done really well around showers to bait Francis back in towards it to get this information, because, you know, one of the pivots that we see from Full Sense is usually send PDC to get some information over in the showers. You've got these C's combos that they like to come out as well with the Dizzy usually from Fox, but when we're not seeing that, it kind of baits you into a little bit of a false play where you want to try and get the information to get your players to be back. And, I mean, really well done for Full Sense in that regard, that it doesn't really happen. They're readily available for it, and now you're going into a round where you're starting to get closer, starting to break a bit of this economy. You're setting yourselves up confidently as well for this team as well, because they've been a bit flat on the stage at the moment. You see it from their expressions. Now, they're starting to get a little bit more elevated.
Emotion is such an important thing to engage, right? It's having that resolve to take all of the moments in time and bring them together and make them all work.
Just Darby keeping the Phantom from the previous round, a bit more of a stacking and a similar kind of look with the starting utility to come out from them as well, but this is a little bit more faster from John Olsen. Is he starting to feel a little bit more into this server, Mitch?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be a good moment for him to do so. Now he's spotted out Francis, and that's actually this impact I was going to talk about at Komodo, right? The save Phantom. It's one weapon, and it's the impact again from Danby, the Lord, the Emperor of this server right now, and that's the spike dropped. It's so hard to get back into this 2-on-5. Are you joking?
One way Sky Smoke, barrier mesh as well. Progression non-available. Spike is in the depths of the showers as well. Sorry, full sense this round, it's a bit rinsed for you.
There's a reason Danby's at the top of this rating, right? You know, him and John Olsen were so hotly contested in this matchup. You know, you could barely sort of, you know, confuse some of the stats. They were so closely done, but Danby's impact here has just been night and day, and it's crazy to see how
unlucky nahi bhai, aware nahi hai.
In the moment as well, you don't need to peek over for Simprisa with this
traps
wire being down. You've got information now that they are still lurking around outside of showers, and with 30 seconds to go, you don't need to technically stick around. The trades are here, Mitch, and it's a good shutdown from them as well. Simprisa, this is another round that they have lesser guns, and they still convert.
Well, now it's getting to the really, really dicey territory, right?
We're almost starting to think about
map 2 at this point, just the way it's been going. They need to pick up. There's a couple of bits and pieces in the credit sort of realm, but man, oh man, you know, Simprisa are right there.
I'm looking objectively at this one right now. You want to have a bit of a discussion with your coach and what you want to do, because another eco round that you're essentially getting through, right? Darby got an exit kill in the previous round, carried this gun on over, and then you've just got collectively as a team the idea on how you want to begin this one and how to close it as well when you've got that spike control. Really well done for Simprisa.
उसके पीछे दो लोग थे भाविन, लेकिन इतना गैप क्यों था मेरे को नहीं समझ में आया.
A little bit quicker pace this time though over towards the B side, and not bad because it's just Persha.
Yeah, that's it. He's managed to force him away immediately. The Thrash doesn't get any information, but this is Danby. The spike drop, Komodo. That's information in droves right now, and Margaret can pick up the pace. And now, where do these players end up? Ivy's information has been given. They've been able to break the barrier mesh, but now again, look where the spike is. It's so unachievable for them.
I mean, Ivy has an annihilation here as well. If you need to really throw it in the mix, Persha meanwhile still clearing out towards the side. Catching John Olsen. You still got Leviathan in there as well, but another Sky Smoke. The spike, again, irretrievable.
They're so split up. The amount of control that Simprisa has in this right now, you know, full sense we're able to find it, but there's another Persha. Again, the other side of the map is managed to find two.
That's twice. Exactly right. That's twice that he's just individually isolated a frag for him, and the switches from the 4 versus 5. 4 versus 4, sorry. Maybe the workable scenario for full sense to get back in towards this one. There actually still might be a chance here. Sushi Boys, this position's not expected. Ivy
seems to be ready for it, and he's got the info now. Okay, 30 seconds, right? There's a moment in time where Sushi Boys can bring this back. Shoulders out, Margaret. There's amazing chances here. He just hold forward because once again it's Persha, the Prince, and I just cannot fathom the amount of control these guys have. Like, you got to work out, like, Simprisa is the landlord, firmly.
I mean, Darby, 26 kills, his teammates on 13. If you wanted to ever see a team setting yourselves up for success, you're playing heavily in towards a favorable, workable scenario, and that right now is the name Darby. Send him in, back him up, go with him, don't bait him. Put the utility down, settle if you get control around the map, and then overwhelm your opponents. It is looking absolutely gorgeous for them. 12-6 on this defensive side, and yeah, they're not stopping. I mean, it's map point technically, and they just go on W.
That's right. Taking advantage of that momentum that they've had, you know, that's something that Simprisa can really lean into. They don't want to give any more respect here. They know their opponent, they know it well, they know what they're doing right.
And going in towards lesser weaponry actually could be pretty funny if you wanted to try and dance around this smoke. PDC,
ready for it.
Tootsie spotted.
That's right, you know, immediately all of this control has just been completely clenched and ripped back. Danby just continues to put up the numbers and showing why he is, you know, hard felt out for the MVP of this entire tournament. And we're not even into the grand final yet, Komodo. We're not even into knowing who is going to be making their way to Ascension. There is still so much more to happen, and it's just left on to Leviathan and Fox to see if they can close this.
Margaret even coming for alert right now. Doesn't really matter because it's 5 versus 2 and you've got the spike.
One tap.
Margaret's just going to walk straight in. Leviathan does manage to get the catch, but Francis, again, you know, he was the player to watch, the player to focus on right now. The in-game leader, the captain, and Danby is going to get the shoulder. He's going to get the capitalization, but no. Leviathan tries his best, but he will be denied in a moment in time. And man, oh man, if we were talking about a case that's being put to the viewers right now, to mean what it is to ascend, right? That's what we continue to talk about. How much opportunity these guys have. They haven't had to deal with the strain. and we spoke about what it would mean.
Sorry, aren't he?
Again, I don't even think it's going to be like we're going to be questioning that at this point in time. What a dominant opening map.
And no laughs from them either right now. Very focused on the prize. They know their trajectory, where they want to go. There's another map around the corner. Let's take a little bit of a breath, a little bit of fresh air right now. Collect your thoughts together before you go in towards the next map, because it is your opponent's map pick technically, right? We've seen series already where we've got domination on map number 1. You've got some overtimes that we've thrown into the mix in every way, which order. You know, nothing is set in stone right now. So there's a lot of tape. There's a lot of plan for Sense to go back to in towards this next map as well. And I think right now the question on their mind is how do we stop them?
Absolutely, like it really does come down to that. But then again, you know, it's so hard to even overwhelm that thought of, okay, we deal with Danby, but then we're still dealing with these remaining members.
The highlight though for me is that we are going in towards Haven, and we've just seen absence from John Olsen here on the Rays, who are asking, you know, what Neon players are we going to get in towards this tournament? Who's doing actually great impact on the Switch? He's done quite well for himself over on the Neon, so I'm looking at that as a bit of a silver light.
Yeah. Again, the impact that's been able to come through from that agent alone, we've just seen it again here with that one. So I don't know, man. I just think it's really got to be a formal reset for Full Sense. You know, they've taken that moment in time. They've got to work out a little bit of what's been brought out by Simprisa. I think the thing is, for me, as a bunch of players who have got that international experience, they've got that time in the server, at the top level, right? If they're getting pushed around by a team that's only still learning, only losing it, I'm sure we'll find out plenty more of that. So let's go back over the desk and find out exactly what the hell went on in that map.
What a way to kick off the very first match of this playoff. Now, Simprisa Gaming, this is their map pick. They've looked good on basically every single map, except Abyss, which we haven't gone to.
Yep.
And they've continued to do it again. Now, what was really interesting, we talked about timeouts, how important it is for those coaches in particular to make those timeouts. We saw this early on in the game when we saw a particular pattern, Ewok.
Yeah, we saw 4 rounds in a row from SPG, right? And there's 2 rounds that goes the way of Full Sense. And then all of a sudden we see this Danby brilliance. He goes in and he gets the 2 kills with the Bucky out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? And then Full Sense timeout. Yeah. They need to hit the panic button and say, what are we going to do about this? All the momentum goes back to SPG. We saw this happen against Boom. There's so much pressure SPG is putting on the other team. Full Sense is feeling that pressure right now, Dax.
Yeah, and that kill among 26 kills was just absolutely incredible to watch. Out of those 26, actually 20 of them came from that first first kills as well. And we were talking about it in the talent room a while ago, Victoria, that it's like, okay, maybe it's double control versus double initiator, that kind of deal. Utility is going to be a setup. No, Danby causes chaos. It becomes a trade system, and SPG almost always comes up ahead.
Yeah, this has definitely been their pattern throughout this tournament. And we were talking about this in the pre-show earlier. SPG has a really strong attacker-sided percentage win rate here, and we see that continuing here today.
Yeah, they play the double sentinel, right? And look how many rounds they got on attack. Right, it just doesn't matter for them because the coordination is so good. Everyone's right behind Danby and he's going in and getting those first kills. Don Olsen on the other side, he's not on the Neon, right? He hasn't been looking so good when he's on the when he's on the Jet rather, and on the Rays, right? Meanwhile, on the other side, Danby is showing him what you can do on the Neon.
Yeah, he shows you a lot of things. Look at an ACS. 399.
Almost 400. It's funny enough, he has 26 kills and a 2.6 KDA, and amongst the many first kills that he got, it was effectively allowing SPG always the post-plant situation. He makes that space, he gets the backside, he does the most incredible slides, and on the defense, I also watched a few things where he would just slide in towards B long, he would get that kill, give the advantage. Danby does Danby things, and he is just damn good at what he does best on the Neon.
Yeah, we saw it from the Indonesian casters. They said it the same. God damn me, and I can see why. He's fantastic, but you know, you also have to have a great initiator. France is always setting up for success. Now, guys, this is just the very first map of potentially 6 maps today. We are going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go to map 2 of this really intense matchup, so don't go away.
मैच चल रहा है
वो रात को लेट तक गेम चलता है
कौन रे अच्छा आई थिंक उसको स्ट्रीम रात को ही ज्यादा देखते हैं क्या? दिन में तो देखते हैं लोग, लेकिन इतने नहीं रहेंगे शायद, या उनका वो ग्रुप का रहेगा कुछ रात को स्ट्रीम का। एसपीजी अलग ही लेवल पे खेलते हैं। हाँ भाई, तबला तोड़। नियॉन तो भाई वैसे ही खेल रहा है और हंस रहा है। तेरा आवाज एकदम कम हो गया, तूने कुछ किया क्या?
नहीं भाई, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया।
बोल अभी बोल।
हेलो हेलो।
हाँ सही है।
ayo kon ya তুমি kon kaya
हाँ
Ayan.
योकन।
क्या बोल रहा है गोलू? गुल्ले रहीना तू रहना तू।
टिल्ट हो गया
अरे
नियॉन को मारना ही।
ऐसे ही वो लोग भी सोच रहे थे।
हाँ
बढ़िया।
चल रहे।
कपा ब्रो, आप जब आप लोग नहीं रे भाई, टैबलेट के कॉफी पियो भाई नॉर्मल।
भाई मारो भाई कप्पा भाई।
मारता हूँ सब सेटिंग अलग किया था स्क्रीन पे। No, I don't want to play.
Fuck! अरे मारो ना उसको, वो कब से उधर निकाला। अरे यार क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं बाकी 4 को मारा। शीर है, गोली किधर जा रहा है?
अरे
अपना रेना गर्दी में मार रहा है क्या?
अरे अभी स्लाइड ठीक किया।
अब भाई अपने बेस पे घुस रहा है भाई, इतना हिम्मत हो रहा है उसका। एक राइट से आ रहा है। ले भाविन जीत गए।
वो नियॉन ने 11 में से 8-9 बार तो मेरे को ही मारा है कप्पा।
क्या भाविन भाई इतना टेंशन ले रहे थे।
टिल्ट होगा, टिल्ट टेंशन नहीं।
What I really want to see is 𝐷 on the Neon yet again. His first map performance was just absolutely flawless. That momentum and that confidence that he could go toe to toe against someone like John Olsen. Maybe it's going to be even put more to the test coming into this next.
La 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 la.
And I know the audience. We were talking about this earlier. We would
भाई
not
नीचे
be
के सीट्स
surprised
खाली,
if
इतने ऊपर ऊपर क्यों बैठे हो
for
भाई?
the two teams that make it to the grand
खरीदे रहेंगे उस पे बैठे रहेंगे कप्पा।
anticipating or excited to see is the double neons facing off against
इतना
each
तो
other.
मेरे को लग
John
नहीं रहा है
Olsen
कि
though needs to step it up, show us the John Olsen that Thailand knows and
डिसिप्लिन
loves.
है।
Yeah, there's so much experience, right? You're talking about that you need experience to be able to make this comeback, right? And Fulton has that. They have some youngsters. Oh, I can hear some excitement on Dax here.
I love this already.
We see the Neon matchup.
छोटा जगह है क्या रे भाविन? उतना ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं है ना?
उतना ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं लग रहा है।
या वैसा सेटअप किया है पता नहीं। नहीं किया है रे, वैसा सेटअप दिख रहा है। देखो देखो ऊपर है।
This is the actual matchup that we want to see. Are you guys excited for this?
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this.
We talked about it, right? We talked about those first kills versus first deaths. Both really aggro. And it's been neons, right? They've been shining on the neons, and now they're going.
चलो भाई भाविन इसने आगे का पाथवे भी देख लिया है।
I absolutely cannot wait to. I think all of us at home, those of you who are watching,
आगे के भी
पाथवे देख लिए।
किसने?
It's gonna be Haven.
युवक भैया।
अच्छा।
In this game. Can they bring it to a 3-mapper? We do have our Aussie casters with us, 𝐏𝐘 and Komodo, to bring us through Haven.
Momentum has been such a key theme inside
let's go,
right
FS.
now, right? It's kind of crazy to think about that Sinfrisa hasn't been able to be pushed away at all, right? Can Full Sense do this now? It's their map for it.
Yeah, it's something I want to highlight and extend on back from what 𝐸-𝐏𝐾 was saying, as we've seen it banned, you know, in the secondary phase from Sinfrisa time and time again, but we've never actually seen any other teams pick into it, right, in towards their series. We've seen teams pick Haven, but nothing that we've seen on the side of the bracket yet for Sinfrisa. So a little bit more known quantity-wise for Full Sense.
क्या देखने के लिए भाई?
FS क्योंकि आज भाई जॉन ऑल्सन भाई और ये लोग शूटिंग वूटिंग नहीं लग रहा था।
So what are we actually going to be seeing from Sinfrisa? Well, it's a little bit more mainstream in the
warm up game बोलते हैं।
seeing on this map.
warm up game बोलते हैं। अभी ऑल्सन भाई टपा टप देंगे गाइस, टपा टप।
And again, it's been his agent. You know, we've seen him swap it out for the Yori one time, but overall, it's just been an impact role for him.
कुणाल हाँ ना यार। घर में ही 4 टीम उधर ही खेल लेंगे।
Love to do, and it's just try and set up John Olsen in this map immediately.
Straight into it, already stunned up, and Persia's going to be able to deny. That's the thing, John Olsen, he's gone relatively solo, and 𝐷 has already opened up the site free charge.
And look who's lurking yet again, Margaret. He doesn't need to be with the team when the relay bolts are out, and they just absolutely overwhelm Sinfrisa. Now Sushi Boys and Leviathan left scratching their heads. Yeah, how do we get back into this one?
You wonder what the call was there, right? You know, it seemed like they were a little bit shocked by the momentum, right? You know, they went out for the all-out brawl. It really favored Sinfrisa. There is so much question against what we're going to be seeing in this one. Sushi Boys gets one back, but with that spike being planted, there's so much momentum that they have to pick up.
क्लासिक सुन के भैया ने फाइट लिया उससे।
I mean, if you really need to, Ivy, you can use the drone. You can wait for your dart. You got a
prediction for today.
and you got other bits of these utility as well. But just the
मैं चाहता था कि FS जीते, मुझे लग भी रहा था। लेकिन जैसा हो रहा है गेम में, वो देख के भाई हाल हवाल चेंज हो गए।
अरे यार।
Open up the round strong and close it just as equally.
Immediate.
चलो भाई, I am on the SPG hype train. SPG is winning Ascension. Let's go.
John Olsen coming down with a relay bolt. and then the switch from Dambi to immediately send one back as well to stun him up. How quick that you have to be just
lower bracket.
that's coming back at you.
नहीं
Well.
अभी हो गया बस SPG जीत रहा है जो भी आए lower bracket पे.
It's just a really quick attentive detail from them to overwhelm Full Sense, to isolate a frag.
कर भाविन तो SPG को support कर.
Much attention they're paying. They seem to be
SPG best team in the world right now, guys.
Already got
Dambi better than Aspas.
Full Sense as well, just with these pistols over towards the A site, just from a how do you do from Sinprissa. Again, it is just one of these anti-eco rounds from Full Sense, but it's life fine, right? It's what
best neon in the world.
They couldn't find anything in the early stages of the map.
Much slower of an approach here.
Best neon ना भाविन.
World में.
हाँ.
They're waiting for a reaction to come out from Full Sense.
And we saw this from Sinprissa as well.
आसपास के साथ compare कर दिया है तूने अभी तो.
After seeing a little bit of an investment in
best player world में बोल रहे तो best neon का बात कर रहा है भाई.
Well, letting you think, letting you overcomplicate things in your own brain.
Best player को ना लग रहा.
Ragu takes time, Komodo. 2 hours, slow stir. That rotation. They're going to get him off the back of the turret, but going to be that control again. Margaret!
Yeah, Dambi already got in towards the seaside as well, and you've only given over a ghost technically as Margaret, but now you just need to make sure that you're protecting this spike.
Yeah, if he oversteps though, that dark cover's going to fade very, very soon right now, but he's looking to try and get that catch. He gives away the information, and that's when he chooses to fall away.
Yeah, setting up for a post plant now as well from Full Sense. See if they can get in.
Yeah, look at this already. They get the full team out. Now it's going to be an awkward little sort of battle right now. Francis managing to find one through that dark cover, but Dambi ready to activate. Is he going to be able to get caught out?
क्या गोल गोल घूम रहा है भाई?
It's the shot back, but Ivy can deny, can lock it in.
Yay!
He'll be the man that is in control at the moment. Leviathan gets one more, and all
damage दे दिया
at this point. Ivy with the security deal on the 4K. It's the insurance policy there. Has been relied upon time and time again, and once more it works out.
इसको फर्क ही नहीं है ना भाई, जज लेके भी चल जाएगा अभी.
On the previous map as well.
ले लिया shotgun.
Being the kind of backwards player, right? He's never first in.
बोला रहेगा अच्छा हुआ SMG गया मेरे हाथ
just
से.
making sure that he's supporting his team where required as well. You can
बहुत
kind
मेहनत
of say
करना
the same
पड़ता
for
है.
हाँ यार मान लो. इससे कैसा slide डूब
trying to catch players in rotation. Again, the Cypher is always going to entice you to play a little bit more disconnected with the team and just be a body with the guns up. But for Ivy getting activated into
Ivy
nice and early. Margaret, I mean, Ghost, yeah,
looks a little bit
from him, but now
let's go.
Focus on towards Full Sense because they've got the weaponry
SPG,
and they've immediately charged up towards well B, but they need to go because the Freaks are in.
They're going to let him have it too. That's already some of that Killjoy utility burnt down. They can go
क्या बोल रहा है मिस्टिक्स? इधर अपने टीम ने अपने को खिलाया नहीं, तू बोल रहा है दूसरी टीम खिलाएगी.
Towards this one for them as well, just really quickly. You've got that Bucky to come in from Dambi. You've still got Francis with the siege, Sheriff.
He gets the spot. That's such key information. Coming into reinvest now. This is that level of hesitance. They want to get back into this moment.
Smart तो खेल रहा है वो.
Full sense, but
ऐसा नहीं है कि.
He's just keeping them interested, keeping them focused. He's finding a second.
अरे भाई.
Oh, reload. He's locking it in. He might have lost the time, but he's taken off. That's a big one. Sushi Boy's looking to get back on it now, but again, they just have to.
Hello, Sushi Boy.
Looking for more. He's got more, but is he have enough time? Oh man, the pain of doing so much. But if you're only tails and you've got no
भाई bonus, Bhavin, अलविदा.
Oh, unfortunately, tripping over his own feet a little bit too roly-poly in that one. Foxy tried to dig deep in that one. The dart comes down.
Waste करके आया, दो को गप्पा-गप दे दिया.
Just see how close the spike was
गर्दी में.
defused when you've realized that Sinprissa are out of the site completely. They're relying on these shock darts. They're relying on the aftershock. They're trying to play post-plant utility. The shots, the guns.
Let's go.
Are what try to bring it back.
You can't be indecisive.
SPG.
You need to be confident, consistent, because this is what Sinprissa have been doing. They've been getting all up in your face, all up in your grill, and once again,
गंडा रहा है ये गंड रहा है.
However, there is a respondent. Dambi,
nice.
to you now again, my friend. But PTC.
Let's go, SPG.
Persha and now Margaret try and bring this
कोई
one
बात
back,
नहीं,
but
एक आधा राउंड क्या है?
हाँ वही है.
Yeah, and Eco going into this one as well, right? Just the upgraded sheriffs. Now you've pilfered over a phantom. You've got space.
Let's go, SPG. Ding, 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 ding.
You can settle, you can rest, you can have a breath because now the onus is on Sinprissa to bring this back.
They're round to lose. They just need to make no mistakes. Again, focus on 100%ing that round. Don't give the opportunity. Leviathan will recoup. Again, they let it simmer. They let it settle. Persia's going to take a bit of a focus forward.
He does have the spike as well, but you never want to try and plant and get in a 1 versus 3 when you've got so many different angles. So he's just trying to play by the numbers, play by the timing, and space is provided himself, but now going for the plant. If you're full sense, you set up together as a unit, overwhelm him in numbers.
They had the buddy system, but now they've split up. This is going to be a really an awkward one to sort of get their way back in here. Fox already found so much, but again, Persha inside these dark covers. It's going to be that sense of surprise here as he pushes out. One already found. That's a pass mark here.
Yay! Let's go, SPG. Insane bolte. Let's go! Tatar.
यार कौन भी बेंचो ये साइड
Let's go, SPG.
हाँ भाई someone डाल भी क्यों रहा है
from a really stuck position in hell as well. The first one, he pops out the dark cover and you think, oh, it looks a little bit awkward, the timing on Leviathan, but then
Fumble
in the end from Fox, who had a magnificent last round, right? The 4 kill at the end, caught in a reload, man. That would have been the one for full sense to get on the board.
भाई देख जॉन ऑल्सन के घुसने के भी वांदे ही है उसका साइफर हाँ पहली बार मारा भी क्यों उसका
These early contests have never really gone either which way, have they? One player dying, an immediate trade from Hunter's Furies yet again in back-to-back rounds.
कैच करके क्रॉस होएगा क्या वो?
रुका है मार कर. From full sense at the moment, if they can
विंडो पिक के लिए.
A bit of opportune peeking, opportune timing, they might be able to get ahead of
कैच
this
क्रॉस को मजा आ जाए.
साउंड
आ जाएगा रे लेकिन.
They've actually chosen
स्मोक कर दिया.
They don't want to try and overstep into this unfamiliar
ठीक
territory.
उनके उनको बोलता अपने का क्या है तुम डालो
so they can set up to their heart's content. You've got a rolling thunder.
नहीं वो साइफर के लिए बोल रहा हूँ टर्रेट पे. देखना मार दे 3 मार दे बाविन उसने. इनको समझ में नहीं आ गया उनके साथ क्या हो रहा है. वो रुका कितनी देर रुका कैम में इन्फो लिया के बीके बाहर आए वापस पीछे गए. फिर वो लोग जब सी पे आए तभी मांगा है वो स्मोक.
Inside the moment where they've dealt with these crowds, they've dealt with this pressure, but Sinprisa are able to pull them apart.
Sinprisa are gaming indeed right now in the server and full sense. I mean, they are
पहले से बोल रहा था इवेंट के स्टार्ट से
SPG भाई SPG.
But you don't want to bow out of a match.
तुम लोग अब तक नहीं समझे ना कि मैंने SPG को लोअर ब्रैकेट में क्यों एलिमिनेट कर दिया था भाई. रिवर जिंक्स करना था भाई दिल से. अब मैं फाइनली बता सकता तुमको मेरे रियल
They invest
real
thunder. They invest 3 members trying to go in and simply do one basic thing: trade. Trade the frag. Try to deny Margaret's control, but they can't do that. And this is where Full Sense need to go back to those basics. Need to go back to what they understand and get back.
करंट मेटा के हिसाब से SPG के कॉम मेरे को लग रहा है कि बेस्ट है ना. वो डबल सेंटिनल नियॉन अभी साइफर
डबल सेंटिनल कॉम मेरे को बेस्ट नहीं लगता है.
बाइंड वाला ना.
हाँ मतलब ठीक है पर बेस्ट नहीं है
भाई. वो वाइपर डबल कंट्रोलर के सामने तो बेस्ट ही लगता है मेरे को.
हाँ डबल कंट्रोलर के सामने से.
हाँ डबल इनिशिएटर होगा तो शायद बात अलग होगी वो कॉम के सामने.
डबल इनिशिएटर और अगर मैं इन लोगों के सामने खेल रहा हूँ तो मैं सोवा लेने का गैम्बल लूंगा ब्रो.
उड़ाने के लिए ना वो सामान
उड़ाने के लिए इन लोग का पुश रोकने के लिए.
Army have great success over at A-Long, challenging against John Olsen as well, right? So we're looking at the 2 players that we would prop up as a kind of duelist head-to-head, and we already see the diff that's happening inside the server. We need to see retaliation. We're asking, where's John Olsen? He's flat, he's grounded over on Bind. We know that he's going over into an Aegis. We've seen him absolutely pop off in this tournament so far. We've seen such consistency from John Olsen, from Full Sense, when they are backing him up on the Neon. But if you make him think, if you make him get exploited in the open by himself, there's a bit of tilting that can happen for John Olsen. So let's see if he can actually come back now, maybe with an overdrive in this round.
Time for Korea take over.
Going to try and take that one once again. Already getting that information. B-site locked in. Dark covers go down. Spike to be planted.
बरोबर
अरे एकदम एक नंबर PTC.
Yeah, does he want to get that overdrive in, lead the way for his team, play a little distractor for the rest of them as well. They're so passive. They're expecting an overpush from Sinprisa.
क्या सोचते क्या करने का
right now, the time is just ticking away on this spike.
Still holding onto Garage. They've already cleared out A. They know there's only certain locations that Full Sense can come from, and they are going to get a little bit of an attack here, but they have to try and overwhelm this post plant. Simprisa, they're so far back, so hands off this position. Now they tap onto that spike.
Bye-bye.
Tries to get in. Once again, it's denied. 𝐆-𝐏𝐾 goes through, and again,
John
it's just
Baba.
no response, no chance. All Simprisa in the moment right now, but Fox, maybe he can be the hero, but I think it may very well be a little bit too late again, as they just don't get given enough time here. Full Sense, they are late to the moment, and Simprisa will deny once again.
Just the pistols at the end of the day for Full Sense. I like that they had the right idea of waiting to see if any of the attackers would push through the sides of the site, try and get a couple of the frags early on, try and seal the deal in this round nice and early. They're patient for it. They set themselves up methodically for an attempted retake, right? Get John Olsen in with the overdrive, absolutely shut down. And apart from that, I mean, you get it down to like 2 members remaining for Simprisa, but you're not playing with the economy too hard. So we'll see if this round can actually convert now over for Full Sense with an operator that gets a trade.
Weren't ready for it either. But Margaret obviously getting that opening. Danby already finding that additional control. The paranoia comes out again. They're looking to 100%. Again, the info. Danby can find it. And John Olsen has been denied. Sushi Boys gets one for his money, but again, it is this disadvantage.
कुछ भी करे और राउंड निकालने ही वाले
The stranglehold. The leash has been choked back. But you look at Fox's position, maybe a chance. He has to wait, but the line is held by Danby. The repositioning of this man, he is so versatile. He understands the contract and what he needs to do to deal. And they're running out of moment again. Fox is just going to have to stare down the inevitable here.
क्या फायदा है ये?
तुक्के का इंतजार कर रहा है वो.
Timing on that dark
भाई
cover as
जाके
well,
सेव
just
करना
to
चोमू.
really stop him.
जब
You don't
150
know if
HP
there's
थी
a
तब नहीं
crossfire
किया.
on the other
मर
side.
मर
You're
मर.
taking time away to use a drone if you want to get back into it, and even
छोड़ दिए
on
क्या?
the escape of the round, Ivy in the right position.
मेरा Full Sense
For
पे
Full
जितना भी
Sense, they
भरोसा
get
था
a
सब
trade in
तोड़
the
दिया
really
इसलिए.
early beginnings, but what happens when they go and extend into the courtyard, Mitch? C is open for business. Firm handshakes around for Simprisa.
Again, moment in time where we see an opening or a change or a
कुछ नहीं है.
गेम मतलब मजा भी नहीं आ रहा है अभी तो ऐसा लग रहा है बहुत वन साइडेड है.
Simprisa are absolutely aware of it all, and it's like again that thing of we lose this part of the map, but then we're able to take it back so far.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's when you're Simprisa, you're not going one-dimensionally around the map. You're taking space in multiple positions. It's something that Margaret is exceptional at doing. It's something that Danby is great about, pulling rotations. And I mean, if you have
भाई तो कौन से राउंड पे टाइमिंग क्या चल रहा है? 0-7
still finding huge success as well. If you're Full Sense and you get an idea of where Danby is, it kind of does bait you in to go and try and find him.
They've just left him here at A for now. Haven't needed to do any more. Margaret's just going for the lurk up mid once more.
Now one of these gambles to actually Full Sense yet again, just down onto the lesser weaponry. I mean, you finally got a lockdown as Sushi Boys too, but over one angle, yeah, that's a bit rough.
Definitely. At least John Olsen gets kind of one for some credit back, but side already taken. Bike about to get planted. Danby is full in control once more.
I know this is just against a technical eco round of Full Senses, but even on the rifle rounds, it's kind of the same copy-paste where Simprisa are pulling you away from the site that they're wanting to go towards.
We lose one here, but we'll go here instead. You know, we can continue to shift it up, continue to be versatile, adapt and overcome.
Lockdown in to buy time to bait it out with a flank from Persia this time because Margaret is gone.
क्या पता हमें देखने के लिए इजी लग रहा है, खेलने के लिए नहीं रहेगा.
Hesitation again. This is the thing. Once they've
अरे
sort of question behind them,
जाके चिल मार के जाके तोड़ दिया भाई वो पीछे से.
But SPG Ivy again to deny. Sushi Boys also punished. And every single person from Simprisa has had that moment. You know, we've talked about Fox a couple of times.
Alvida.
But Simprisa are just, they've taken every single driver's seat. They're in position. They're already securing their tickets. And Full Sense need to do something fast.
Francis is calling a masterful game at the moment, and comparatively, PDC, they're both IGLs. Bottom of the scoreboard, but you put to the top of the scoreboard and it's 8-0, right? There is just such a heavy lean towards the attackers right now in Simprisa. And coming in towards the fresh round right now, it's going to be mid immediately.
Blood. And it's John Olsen once more. He's trying so hard to find
क्या कर रहा है ये?
opportunities, but Danby's just got the one up every single time.
Yeah. No space. Gathered for full sense over a C-lane or an A-lane to be able to get a flank, but it's Darby again just to push very quickly. Fury in his hand, snapping the bow, getting the plants, and this is just looking again really unfavorable for full sense.
Denies the offense of John Olsen into the spawn to get rid of the Hunter's Fury. Now PTC feels nervous.
I'll से देख के क्या space ले लिया रे लोग ने.
But then he's denied again. Falling away, Sushi Boys, Leviathan might just have to try and save this operator. There is no chances to return.
Just not letting him set up for any semblance of a retake too. PDC with the Rolling Thunder can't be deployed on in, pushing against the Fury, and still trying to hunt, remove these guns. It's just now Leviathan with an operator. And he gets one, but apart from that, he's just caught.
क्या पकड़ रहा है?
Completely and utterly cooked. I don't know what else.
क्या कितना टाइम पे है?
I'm in awe. This is a team that, you know, they've sort of sat there.
अभी just round खत्म हुआ.
24, 23, 22.
सब लोग थोड़ा पीछे हो.
18, 17, 16, 15.
हम लोग कैसे पीछे हैं भाई?
अरे विबोर, what's up?
विबोर दे रहे भाई इनको. एफएस लग रहा था कुछ कर पाएगा.
पहला सीरीज खत्म होने आया है अभी.
देख रहा था मैं.
चप्पा चप दे रहे.
तेरा TDM देख रहा था मैं. TDM में तो ग्लो लेके क्या कर रहा था. भाई ऐसा लग रहा है फर्स्ट टाइम ऐसा देख रहा हूँ मेरे को जैसा थाईलैंड वालों को लोग भगा भगा के मार रहे हैं.
अरे
और उल्टा होता है यूजुअली.
जो भी कॉल एसपीजी कर रहा है ना, मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो जितने
अरे उनके प्लेयर्स फुल बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस में और बहुत लकी भी हो रहे हैं. ये देख अभी ये मार्गरेट मार देगा 2-3.
He starts to cook just a little bit around this C site with a massive flank coming.
He's got all of this control. He lets Ivy be the hunter in this moment. But that's when he's able to
ये मार्गरेट सीधा एक्टिव लर हर राउंड. हर राउंड स्विंग कर रहा है भाई किधर ना किधर, और ये हर बार किल मिल रहा है उसको.
By itself, maybe you can get back in towards this one, Margaret. Be careful. Don't give an opportunity. And now it's just the remaining two to try and bring some solace back towards.
खत्म हो गया भैया.
Just see the desperation in John Olsen trying so hard to find these moments, to find this control, but Margaret is just doing this dance.
क्या आंट खाता है वो ये दांबी.
बहुत भाई बहुत आंट खाता है.
On this side of SPG, and again, we talk about what it means to be.
तुम लोग इसके अगेंस्ट गोलू दूसरे कोई एजेंट के साथ खेले हो क्या? ये दूसरे एजेंट पे खेला है ऐसा?
ये हाँ ना, हम लोग पूरा साल खेला है एसपीजी के अगेंस्ट. ऑलमोस्ट हफ्ते में 4-5 स्क्रीन तो कर लेते हैं.
They don't want to see a fourth Korean team go over into Pacific.
कर भी नहीं सकता है.
Likewise a Riddle, right? Likewise a Boom, the hometown heroes. Right now, you're going out this way. This is not it.
Going to put up a case for that lower bracket. Going to be a fierce opponent no matter who you verse in Danby. One second hesitation and there's a moment where PTC can get this back.
The first
double
shutdown,
stun
finally.
Not traded.
But already the slip in towards
the पकड़ लिया भाई, क्या गंदा पकड़ा इसको अभी.
हाँ
डबल स्टन रिकॉन 3 चीजें मारनी पड़ी.
भाई सामान डालने के लिए डाल के रखा है क्या? खुला भी होता है भाई.
वो बेस्ट तो वो फॉक्सेस ने किया था वो 2v1 में.
हाँ
वो शॉकडाट और रिकॉन नहीं.
हाँ
भाई.
This point in time, Leviathan just stunned.
Oh!
Kind of comprehend what is being thrown at them right now. So SPG have had every territory.
I think मैं pause किया था आप लोग के लिए.
कुछ भी.
Oh, Leviathan does get two. We'll give him a chance. We'll
चले
give him
मैं
some
वापस
time because again they are so mispositioned.
कर लिया.
Towards the site, you're exactly right. And Leviathan
आप लोग पिच पे हो.
हाँ. Someone to still be around the B side. He does. Oh my, the time is starting to be a pressure cooker.
Nice try, RNT.
I think there's just not enough time. He's just going to walk straight in and he's going to find the control.
Wow.
It's just these moments where you want to will it and wish it, but it seems like a dream.
An opening kill, right? A 4 versus 5 round that you might think they're actually going to be able to close down when things settle, when you get the idea that it's...
भाई परसों में पग में ऐसा मार खाया था वो ऐसा लग रहा है गेम.
When they got that kill, right? Immediately you saw the players on full sense fall back and second guess, oh, we can actually take this aim in space. It feels a little bit lapsed from them in the reactions, right? And then coming in towards it, you've got those full contingencies of the
13-0
guys, you know, we've got the seaside, we know where we're planting.
क्या हो सकता है?
Lurking around the map.
First Ascension का
again another fast one. Already that control. John Olsen trying to capitalize. He will have a friend this time round.
Yeah.
कर सकते हैं भाई 13-0.
Lesser weaponry for full sense on this round. I mean,
PTC का बर्थडे बेचारे का आज बर्थडे पे 13-0 होएगा.
Maybe if John Olsen can overdrive on in, it's reactive now. They overlook Leviathan.
Able to find it, but he has to get out. That's already some utility, that Rolling Thunder being thrown in, which makes it so challenging.
I already shot घुस गए भाई.
John Olsen revealed. Look at the catch, he's so ready for it again. It's Ivy in control.
वो तो बस flank देख के 19 मार दिया उसने.
This could be a 12-0
ये Ivy ने ना.
हाँ.
You need to see a team shine. When you need to see a team go above and
वो
beyond.
flank देख के smoke spray करते 15 मार 19 मार
At this
दिया.
point in time, there is genuinely no question. And man, oh man, there is again a genuine chance we'll see this, but I think we've got an interview.
भाविन मुझे लगता है री-रिकॉर्डिंग करनी पड़ेगी.
Conversation to work out potentially what the hell is going on right now.
हाँ.
Re-recording?
हाँ.
Oh man.
मतलब?
शूट किया उसने हम लोग को पूछा फेवरेट कौन जीतेगा हम लोग के हिसाब से इवेंट. मैंने और कप्पा दोनों ने भाई.
FS.
I wished, you know, that you want to get it, but again we'll have that conversation.
कभी जाके किया पॉडकास्ट?
नहीं ऑनलाइन. Need watch partner.
As you can see on this banner, need watch partner for 29 September.
पोस्टर वॉच पार्टी कर रहा है.
Why we should watch it with you?
पोस्टर से बात करना भाई. पोस्टर को भूला इधर.
I have a lot of green like quality on me, and the only red things from me is.
हाँ क्यों नहीं भूला सकता.
मैंने 2-3 बारी मैसेज पे बात किया.
What's your rank history?
और वो
All
घंटे रख के रिप्लाई करता है भाई.
Your rank and history is all red, and you still need a partner to watch at the 29.
Yeah, because I'm a green flag boy, you know.
Okay. So anyone here wants to watch this with this greenest black boy in this VCT Ascension Pacific Jakarta? Let's hit him up.
हो गया.
What do you think about this Ascension Pacific
बुलाओ
Jakarta
भाई.
so far?
खत्म है भाई, खत्म है. आ जाओ भाई. फाइंड करते हैं.
बोला मैं दूंगा.
आ जाओ भाई, फाइंड करते हैं.
हाँ.
Oh my god, love it. So Castus, what do you think? I'm throwing it back to you.
वो कर दूं क्या? कि पिस्टल होने दो चालू.
It's kind of cute to be honest. Green flag, you know,
पहला
we'll give
kill
that a
देख
shout
के फिर
anytime. But what's
होने
a
दे
real
भाई,
green flag?
होने दे,
He's
होने दे.
looking for a 13-0 in this level of competition.
And they switch over to the defensive side now as well, where we heard it earlier on in the day, right? Simprisa, we know how profound they are on this attacking side. We know that Full Sense have been defensive leaning, but where were the defenses? Where were the stoppages in that first half? I mean, they had advantages, they had positions that Simprisa had to absolutely bring back, and they just did so methodically, cleanly, individually, together as a unit as well. Ivy having a bit of a belter of a game right now, but Mitch, on blind, we saw Full Sense get the pistol in the second half. I mean, they have to get it. There's no question. It has to go their way, right?
Yep. There is only one way about it, and it's 12 rounds behind, so we'll think about this narrative, we'll think about this moment.
I was thinking Simprisa were at the right place with 3 members on this C side as well, but immediately rotating over towards A. The jig is up now, with them getting in towards the side.
Though, isn't it? Yeah, like, you know, they've broken the trapwire. Now they try to get in. Dark cover goes down to try and isolate. It's going to be an all-out brawl on this C side.
5 versus 5. We're leaving Sushi Boy to lurk really largely, and Leviathan as well to play a battle in the garage. You've already lost PDC.
Francis, really big start, but now they're just looking for the finish. You know, this would be a moment
PTC उड़ गया. सब कुछ Foxy भी उड़ गया. Leviathan भी उड़ गया.
Be able to find it. It's going to be all eyes on John Olsen. It's his moment to shine right now. They've been questioning the whereabouts. I think this is going to be a denial of service. Sushi Boys, man, I really wish you could have this, but guys, we have witnessed something that you could never have dreamed of in this moment. The run into the grand finals, to step up and say, this could be the grand final match. We're going to prove it to everyone right now that we are the ones.
Nice bhai. चलो अभी पूरा गेम खेलते हैं.
लगता है क्या भाविन अभी भी?
On the stage with all the storylines behind it, it just doesn't sound possible.
And that makes it 15 series in a row to get to this position as well. Imagine a split 2 into an Ascension flawless run. Grand final advantage now going to Simprisa.
We're talking about a thing of where Simprisa maybe had the pressure of going down into that lower bracket. Would it be unfamiliar territory for them? They don't need to deal with that right now. They've already rewarded themselves with a day off. And all we can say is cheers to Full Sense for trying their hardest there. But, you know, they're not done yet, right?
Exactly.
We can talk to their story. We can continue their journey because now they get to fight off against either Riddle or Boone.
Yeah, that's going to be a very exciting series in the next one as well. But, you know, a lot to dwell upon for them now because now they are in a situation of elimination too, right? They, like Sinfrissa on your screen, are coming from the top bracket too. Their run was also looking really good in this tournament so far, but absolutely cut down to size by Sinfrissa on that.
Well played, RNT. Nice try, guys.
It was kind of not really too close too, right? So right now, Sinfrissa are leading by example.
What a proud moment they must have feeling for them right now, and I can only sort of try to understand how they must be sort of, you know, cheering themselves on at this point in time. You could see all smiles, the emotions were absolutely key. They were just taking in their stride this time in the arena, right? The crowd's picking up, everyone's sort of doing their part to cheer this on, and yeah, as I said, you know,
Bro, अभी भी लगता है मेरे को यार FS बहुत वाहियात खेले, अच्छा खेल सकते थे.
And you know, there's not even a strain for them, right? All the individuals, they're probably being looked at anyway.
Yeah.
But now, you know, they take it. It's a thing of now where you got to sort of sit back for Full Sense and go, God damn, what can they do to continue third?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to the grand final as well with their 2 map bans, and I don't think Haven might be one of them. They've kind of had it hidden up their sleeves so far, it feels.
𝐆-𝐏𝐀 was saying it. You know, it seemed like there was a potential moment where we could bring this back on Haven, right? But look, again, when they're looking this strong, the map pool doesn't matter. The moments doesn't matter. Like, Simprisa are willing to take absolutely everything into their stride and just say, we are unbeatable. So you don't want to hear from us anymore. We're going to go back to the desk and have them all break down something special.
What an incredible second map that we have. 13-0. SPG looking absolutely fantastic. Now, guys, I have to say this. I love my Thai teams. I love my Thai players. I am also Thai, but I have to say this. The Thai team seem to like being 13-0'd.
Yeah.
Talon, this happened to Talon by PaperX earlier Pacific. We saw it a second time. In general, Pacific likes 13-0s. The second time, DRX won that 13-0.
Killjoy खेलूं, सोवा खेलूं.
13-0 for the Pacific year.
क्या खेलना भाविन?
Absolutely crazy. And one thing, you pointed this out, 𝐆-𝐏𝐀.
Hello भाविन.
You give SPG that attacker side around on the first half, they're gonna.
भाई भाविन है उसके क्या? Hello भाविन, pick कर भाई.
Finding a way to deal with that, right? You know, you're gonna pick this map. SPG is gonna pick the attack side. The attack side's been great the whole tournament, and they just keep running at you. And there's just been no answer. No one. This is gonna be such a tough water view for Full Sense, right?
Guys,
Dax, what do you even say?
Guys, we thought this series was gonna be a marathon. This could have been the grand finals. So in the present right now, like a little bit of a preview, but no, it was goddamn sprint. We rushed through, we ran through all the floors, all the sites, everywhere and anywhere. And in the end, SPG has just done something special. They are the team to beat for a reason. And this is just more evidence for it. I'm just impressed by so many factors as SPG. But I want to point out.
दुख दर्द पीड़ा.
क्या क्या? देखिए मैं क्या बोल. हेलो हेलो. मतलब दर्द हुआ दर्द.
नहीं रे, ऐसा एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं था.
हाँ.
बहुत ही मतलब.
Who are you all? The cleanup crew?
कुत्ता बना के मारा है और.
हाँ, दौड़ा थे.
KappA जेट तो क्या KappA सर्वांचा पप्पा है.
अभी नहीं खेलेंगे तो कभी खेलेंगे भाई. ये बारिश ने थोड़ा गंदा कर दिया माउस पैड को.
रिडल ऑर्डर बूम में क्या लग रहा है तुम लोग को?
बूम.
रिडल ऑर्डर जीत जाएगा हमको लग रहा है. ऐसा ही क्योंकि वो फास्ट पेस खेलते हैं ना.
ए पे तो एंट्रेंस कोई नहीं दिखा. अभी किल जाए. एक ए पे मरा.
आई से KappA.
ये मेरे को डैश ऑन करके करना था. 50 जेट. यही आएंगे मोस्टली. किचन आ सकता है. एक टॉप साइड
सब जगह लौंडे
Okay, which gun to pick this time?
अरे उनमें सोवा ही नहीं है भाई, इसके लिए वो लोग ऐसा वॉकी टॉकी खेल रहे हैं।
KappA ये इस पे ही है ना, वो लाइट पे रिकॉर्ड मार देगा ना फुल पावर ना।
हाँ वन बाउंस फुल पावर। ए ये आ रहा दो और है। How much is this? Hide please.
52.
एक बेल्ट पे है, वन बेल्ट
Belt.
लेफ्ट देख रहा हूँ।
Yes sir, yeah, yes sir. Hold on. Careful lah.
राउंड रे KappA।
थैंक यू ब्रो। जे अभी देखा ना भाई वो सोवा भाई।
Chamber will try to come mid again. Can two guys push tube? I'll recon.
What you say, bro?
I'm saying, can you push tube? Push tube. I'll recon for you. The chamber will be there. Low, you can join. Oh, yeah.
वन है बेल्ट आइसो बेल्ट।
I'll drone mid. Enemy tagged. Two guys.
One enemy remaining.
अरे क्या?
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll recon again for you. I'll do the deep recon. Yeah, recon deep. Can you go tube? Yeah, go tube.
वन है टू है वन नेस्ट। ऐसे मार दिया ए अलॉट। नाइस 3v3 प्लांटिंग वन टॉप। अरे भाई गड्ढा भाई है इसमें। साइड गया था, बैक साइड आ रहेगा जेट या टॉप साइड। नाइस ट्राई। अभी तो ऑफ लेना ही पड़ेगा भाविन। भाई रेना क्यों ले रहे? गाली देने के बाद ले लिया उसने वापस। अभी वो लोग क्या कर रहे पता है क्या? इधर से जंप कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, और इधर से स्निक करके आ रहे हैं और एक बेल्ट प्लेट आ रहा है। तीन है 3 गाइस है। लेट कर दिया मैंने। 3 है। नाइस वन ब्रो। 1 5 all है।
Chamber here.
Yeah, chamber also here.
Last player standing.
अरे भाग के
Stealing sight. Spike planted.
ये राउंड निकाल दे रहे ना, मजा आ जाएगा।
तेरे पास ऑफ था क्या?
हाँ, मैं पाइप पे लेट गया रे, वो लोग ऑलरेडी बाहर आ गए।
रिकॉन है ना, ऑफ चाहिए तेरे को?
हाँ तो चल दे दे। और थोड़ा चिप खेलता हूँ। जेट है। अरे क्यों कर रहा है ये स्मोक यार, हट। जेट क्लोज पाइप्स। नेक्स्ट देख रहा हूँ मैं बस।
हाँ देख बेल्ट दिखा नहीं।
आइसो जेट है।
आइसो जेट है।
नेक्स्ट
कौन कर रहा है
सर? वाइपर नेक्स्ट।
वन बेल्ट ऑफर।
जेट डैश बैक। Pyramid.
Someone can make it.
One still belt.
About 140.
Spike planted.
क्या बोल रहा है?
Welcome to my world.
Yellow one. यार ये राउंड कैसे हार सकते हैं यार? 5-3 है।
Need danger.
Chamber in the smoke -50.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team. So, what's the plan?
ऑफ लेके मिड पे खेलो बोलता है। अभी फर्स्ट शॉट नहीं दे रहे।
Get out of my way.
नथिंग है।
Rotate first.
वाइपर वॉल है स्टिल।
It's you and me.
Spike planted.
प्लांट हो गया।
Oops.
भाई ये तो बह रहा है।
You should run.
क्या फ्लैंक ही होल्ड कर रहा हूँ मैं। एक आया गैराज।
One enemy remaining.
40 close. Amen. Nice. OP here. जा भी नहीं रहा।
Can reach.
Nice, but not nice enough to die in. Let me to drop.
छोड़ मत दे गन।
अल्ट पे खेल रहा है।
हाँ।
मिड जाना। ये मैं इंस्टेंट ड्रोन करता हूँ। अगर रहेगा तो तू इधर से अपड्राफ्ट करके मारना अल्ट से।
ठीक है।
You want to play? Let's play.
अरे डेमिट पे
बी पे ट्राई कर रहे हैं क्या? बी अरे ए आ रहा है। चिल चिल चिल।
One enemy remaining.
Hopping. Probably me.
Oh my god. My brother.
They don't have a single life worth saving.
Grab a drop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Club member can drop you. You can request.
Jump down and drone mid again quickly.
Yeah.
One है।
One enemy remaining.
Chamber.
He was mid. He was here.
These gun things are okay, but I will also bring my own.
I can drop one.
इको है वैसे तो।
Right here.
तो ये आएंगे तो अल्ट खींच देना।
जेट है।
Go back, my brother. Okay, smoking again.
One nest. One belt, one nest.
You're done.
Yeah, middle is open.
ए
I'll plant पे अल्ट करता हूँ।
हाँ। Half HP, 80 damage. Planting. Nice.
Viper tag.
Spike planted. Player standing.
Defeated.
1v2.
Nice jump.
Where's bomb? I smoke bomb.
Drop in a smoke.
Remaining.
Nanti bro.
Nice try.
It seems these strangers want me dead. Yeah, they're not so.
जिंदा रहे ना तेरे को मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैं प्लांट पे अल्ट करता हूँ तो।
अरे मैं जिंदा ही था, ये क्रॉस देख रहा था सिर्फ तेरा सिटी वाला।
आइसो डबल शील्ड से आके। I'll drone mid you guys can push कर रहे।
वही अंडर ट्यूब शॉट ले रहा हूँ। रिकॉन कर दे चाहिए तो।
नहीं वो ड्रॉप कर रहा है।
मिड अप ड्राफ्ट।
It's you and me.
अरे नहीं।
I can help you, sorry.
Still on top.
Yeah.
B.
Planting B.
Waiting.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
अरे मैंने आइसो का शील्ड तोड़ दिया रे कप्पा फिर 1v1 हार गया I think they'll come B. They need one out for ult.
B yellow खेलो क्या? Top yellow?
हाँ तो top yellow. I'm playing B this is bro. Okay. I'm hiding in the top.
Yeah.
Yes.
टॉप येलो से स्ट्रेट देखो ना या गराज देखो
तू गराज देख ले ये देख ले इसको बोल ना तू गराज देख
कैन यू वॉच गराज ब्रो आई विल वॉच यू
You want to play? Let's play.
Holy.
Viper smoking here.
कुछ कर रहा कप्पा
कर
Can you break the turret?
One still outside B I think छोड़ा तेरे को मैंने मिड देख रहा हूँ
हो गया मैं
nothing mid
तो आगे रख मैं रोटेट कर रहा हूँ कप्पा
अच्छा ठीक है
Jet low.
आना ही पड़ेगा रे मेरे वन मिड टू बी क्रॉस किचन वन किचन
Last player standing. 30 seconds left. You should run.
जैसे ही छोड़ा वो आया क्या
हाँ वो ट्यूब के उधर क्रॉस करके बैठा था
Switching sides.
The enemy only looks.
Can you go mid to B? Let's go mid to B. I'll recon orange.
स्पाइक दे दूं क्या लेके जाऊं
दे
Where you want me to smoke?
Smoke. Mid ramp and second you can smoke here.
Smoke there?
Yeah. We can take control of backside and kitchen.
Smoking.
No peeking.
Take
क्या बीमेन
Behind.
Spike down B.
वन सिटी थ्री ऑरेंज
How he can kill him, bro? I mean smoke.
ऐसे आए तीन लोग आए रे
stay and
If you're not doing well, keep trying. We must keep up appearances.
you wanna force with singers and go away. Yeah. I'll drone B. You guys hide at A. Chill, okay? And then I'll come back to A.
वन ए पाइप्स जेट पाइप्स किया क्या तूने
हाँ किया
Spike drop. Spike.
तुम रुके क्यों नहीं मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैं आके recon देखा हूँ. I can recon.
उसके पहले कांटेक्ट ले लिया 2 प्लेयर्स.
On backside. We guys.
Spikes down. Last player standing.
तेरे को देखा था कि किसी ने बी पे?
नहीं तुम लोग.
हाँ तो फिर वो तो कोई था ही नहीं. किलजॉय का सामान लगा के इधर खेल रहे हैं.
हाँ पर वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना. तो ठीक है पर तुम पहले क्यों दिखा रहे? तुम ए पे हाइड रहो ना उन लोग का.
मेरे पास मेरा कॉम्स बंद है. उनको तो सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है. भाई धोखा दे दिया है रेना ने.
He forced?
Again, Nico. Half back. I shall be.
Last player standing.
क्या है? हट.
And the last thing they'll see before they die. Lucky them.
Let's go beat the red drone. Simon me. Chamber you can look.
Need help.
Miss you, Bowen भाई. बहुत दिनों बाद. ओम भाई कैसे हो? Yes.
Chin up, cuties. It's not over yet.
मरने वाला है इससे.
Enemy spotted. B.
Side 2, 3 guys side. One top side. अरे फ्लैंक जो है मेरे को. अरे
कैसे भाई?
Last player standing.
देखो एक चीज नहीं समझ रहा है. स्मोक इतना जल्दी कैसे चले गए अपने पोजीशन तक?
12 सेकंड.
उसने क्या पहले राउंड का स्टार्ट में ही डाल दिया क्या?
क्या पता किधर डाले.
We can go A fast. You can recon here.
Yeah. Recon here. Right here.
Yeah.
ऑफ तो है.
क्या ही कर सकते.
मारते हैं. डोंट अर्ली स्मोक ब्रो. बेंचो पहले निकाल के बैठता है. किधर से तोड़ा रे? वन साइड वन टॉप नेस्ट. बैक साइड जेट.
Wait, I'm rolling.
लास्ट मिड. अल्ट कर देना. तू प्लांट कर दे भाविन. टीपी पे खेल रहा है मिड पे. जंप डाउन. मिड पे पीछे क्या था एकदम.
Nothing. He can go anywhere.
Flank.
Oh my god.
We get a pick, we move in. Got it?
Need a drop.
Bundle. I think we go mid again, like pistol. But someone just wait and watch the mid.
But I can go B-man. You can go mid.
Yeah, we go for mid. Chamber, give me spike. You can watch.
Someone watch me.
You want to play? Let's play. It's you and me.
One side. Come.
I'm running mid.
The planting, bro. You have buy.
Yeah.
One kill. City. अरे कॉल मेरे को लगा किचन से मारा भाई को. एक और सिटी. हाँ, one more city. Chamber. Snow, he's watching you, bro. Nice. Last was mid flanker. Nice. Danger वाला game.
Can you guys wait outside B? Rena, you and me we fake A, okay? You and me we fake A. You guys fight at B.
Okay.
Come, Rena, come. Rena, you fake A with me. Just flash here. Yeah, just flash. And then I drone, and then I'll ult, and you can go.
You can first recon, bro.
Yeah, I recon first.
Oh, jump back here.
Wait.
You can run.
Let's go.
No, it's okay. Now they can go.
Oh, nice.
1 minute push. You push.
I'm holding him. You can go back.
City.
I have ult for his ult.
2 city. One more city.
One top, careful.
One snow.
My God. You cannot take. Go back, bro.
Scanning ahead.
I'm gonna play on my ult.
Right here.
Okay.
Last player standing.
Oh my God.
अरे तुम लोग क्यों इतना पुश कर रहे हो रे कप्पा?
भाई मैंने एक को मार दिया है, उसके बाद पीछे है मेरा प्लेयर ट्यूब के अंदर से है, उसके पीछे आके मेरे को मार रहा है.
I already called, bro. One tube push. You can call back. Let's go B together. Come B together. We can push CT. Can you smoke top side and
अरे स्मोक कर दिया भाई, क्या लौड़ा लग गया साइड.
Chill.
Wait, fall back.
Go away.
Wait for smoke. Wait. Chill. Wait for smoke.
I have no smoke.
Yeah.
Well, we can wait for you, bro.
Yeah.
5 seconds. I only got one smoke.
It's okay. Yeah, wait for that smoke to go down. Just smoke here, and we fight backside together. Okay, smoke. Wait.
You should run.
One back, two backside.
Spike down B.
No more.
Last player standing.
Bro. Stop smoking B so early. When we reach here, then you smoke, bro. We can't take the side so quickly. I have to drone, then shock dart the molly, then we have to plant. You smoke so early, how will you go?
You have 12 second smokes, bro. मैं ये जा रहा हूँ.
देखो पीछे का रिकॉन दूँ क्या?
मैं इधर से अपड्राफ्ट करने वाला हूँ ये.
पीछे का रिकॉन दे रहा हूँ ऊपर.
हाँ कर.
Scanning ahead.
Top side one.
Two backside pillar. Lena off.
Snack time. Sorry. Only brought enough for me.
Vandal chamber.
Thanks.
Lost eye again.
Yeah.
Hello, Millie.
I'm not running close. I'm running a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
Lag mat ho.
Wait, I'm gonna drone. Wait. One backside kill jo hai.
City. One more city.
Two backside.
Spike down.
141 damage. ऊपर खड़ा है.
Nice. Backside. Nice bro.
ये बहरा है क्या? इसको रोप्स का आवाज नहीं आया?
Race it to the spike site.
अरे वो KappA अल्टेट था ना बेचारा.
कौन? अच्छा. और फिर भी किलजॉय ने उसके ऊपर डब्बा डाला है. वाह. शेरिफ दे दो ना कोई.
Come into the unknown.
Three guys. Upper. Backside.
One rafter. One more rafter.
Raptor, go back.
One flank. Watch belt. Chamber flank. Nice. Hide. Watching city.
See your brother.
Both city. 105 on jet. Last guy minus 105.
Just don't peek.
Oh, nice. My bad. ले रे भाई ऑफ.
Need a drop.
Let's go A again. Let me go first because I have my ulti.
Okay. Give me the spike.
Need a drop.
Drop monk.
Okay, drop. Chamber, give me the spike. Right, spike देना.
I have only one.
Spike, chamber.
Close. Unclose.
Top gen.
Can go fast.
Can you give me the spike? Yeah.
Two backside.
Give me spike. Chamber, I'll get ult.
One rafters.
Doctor.
Yeah, missed here those shots.
So Arena is rotating, I think.
Both.
What the fuck is playing bro?
Defenders win.
Nice try. My bad.
भाई क्या बोलूं ये चेंबर को भाई स्पाइक देना नहीं आता है यार. डिप्रेशन में चला जाऊंगा यार. स्पाइक.
दर्दे दिल दर्दे जिगर चालू हो गया मैच
They have been waiting for these players to be old enough.
Yes.
Yeah. They already
आया
in
वॉशरूम
partner
क्या है
league.
कप्पा
It's
2
because they aren't
आ
old
जा,
enough
आ
to
जा।
be there yet, and this is why they are in this system.
I remember correctly, 2 of the players out of the 3 we talked about on Riddle Order, they played for Zeta in that Red Bull home ground. You remember that one, right? And not only that, Riddle Order is an organization I personally have known for quite a while for other titles, and the fact that they took a chance with some academy players and some established players in Soldam and Jojo and decided to go for Valorant is already such a big deal. The community is always watching them. There's going to be immediate fan base, and right now they are just making incredible waves here at Pacific Ascension. So I do feel like there's a big future for Riddle Order as a whole, but there is also a chance for them to grasp the present right now.
I want to talk to 𝐆-𝐏𝐀 about scrim. Someone even made a little scrim sign that had me laughing a little bit there. It's really funny. Both of these teams have reportedly been incredible. Their scrims. And they go onto that stage and things fall apart, 𝐆-𝐏𝐀. Like, what is that all about?
Fire and scrim box real.
Well, sometimes I think scrims can go either way. Sometimes you can be overconfident because the map's going so well for you in practice, and then because the map is going so well, sometimes you don't fix some of your issues that you might have because you're not getting punished. So then you're not doing as much VOD reviewing, and there's maybe some holes you never even notice about.
Well, with that said, you can hear the drums starting to pound here. We are getting ready for our second series of this playoffs. We got Boom Esports and Riddle Order. Let's welcome the two teams.
क्या लगता है कौन जीतेगा भाई? आज भी डिले है क्या? डिले नहीं डाला है मैं स्ट्रीम पे। तुम्हें डिले लग रहा है क्या? पता नहीं भाई, डिले तो हटा दिया मैंने। रिफ्रेश करना अगर लैग हुआ तो। मुझे लगता है बूम बूम बूम। पहला तो प्रेडिक्शन गलत हुआ, अभी सेकंड प्रेडिक्शन देखते हैं।
The air is electric in this arena and 5v5 as we gear up for the second series. This is the last life for both of these teams in today's matchup. And the question is, will Riddle Order join the ranks of the Japanese greats, or will it be Boom Esports making their hometown proud, Dax?
I'm just shivering after hearing the crowd, especially during that Boom Esports walkout. You know the energy is at the maximum for this elimination game. I mean, they were supporting Riddle too. There were cheers there, but it was just so different when Boom walked out and said, "We are here to represent our home."
Yeah, I think I'm just excited. I was just so focused on that handshake.
Oh,
that's what I'm always focused about. I'm trying to see, is there eye contact? Is there some mind games? Oh, Dax, are you putting something?
I'm like, Lotus is already such a good map pick, honestly, for Riddle. But we've done it, guys! Finally, we have played every single agent in this tournament.
Absolutely fantastic. As that Viper, Riddle Order, can they find a way around Shiro's Viperness around this map, control of the map here? And I'm incredibly hyped for this. You can tell Riddle Order is focused in the game. They're not going to let the crowd shake them up for this series. Again, this is an elimination. The loser of this match goes home. They are out of this tournament. We are going to go into this very first series. It's going to be Lotus. We have our casters, Pilski and Quack, who's rocking his finest batik wear for this match.
What's up, Sahil? बढ़िया भाई. पहला गेम तो भाई अनप्रेडिक्टेबल था भाई. ऐसा इतना वन साइड होगा कभी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था भाई. अनएक्सपेक्टेड क्लोज गेम हो सकता था वो, लेकिन भाई हार मान लिए एफएस वाले तो कुछ भी काम नहीं किया.
And we've got Boom versus Riddle right now. It's just such a big thing with the crowd behind us right now.
100%. There is definitely a sixth man in the room today for Boom. Let's see if they are the beasts on LAN here. You can hear how hyped the Indonesian crowd is for their home team, but they're in the lower bracket here. There is no room for error today against Riddle Order.
And there's such a big question that we have to think about right now is the fact that that last match that Boom had, yes, they had the home crowd right here, but are they consistent? That's the thing. We're seeing so much at stake, and coming into this one with a map pick like Lotus from Riddle Order, that's a big one. Look at the agent selection right now.
100%. Like, not only were they go from banning it
Choco
in Challenges Japan to smashing now 13-1.
आरएनटी क्या खेली थी भाई,
here at Ascension,
और ये लोग एफएस वाले तो भाई हार मान लिए.
Boom Esports, they have played so much Lotus. They have been super
भाई why
consistent
don't
on this map, and they are
people
playing the
play
most
on Mumbai
consistent
server?
meta
विश्वास
comp
चौधरी,
that everyone expects.
मैं आपको
It's
कुछ
that
मेरे
Raze
स्ट्रीम
versus
से ना
Neon.
क्लिप्स
There's
दिखाता
gonna
हूँ,
be a clash of
आपको
styles
समझ
with the
जाएगा
breach
क्यों
as
नहीं
well
खेलते
here for
ब्रो.
Riddle Order, so I'm very keen to see how this one breaks down.
हाइपिंग पे वर्थ नहीं है खेलना, लेकिन जो तरीके से प्लेयर्स कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, बात करके खेलने को ट्राई करते हैं, वो वर्थ इट है. अभी जो अभी का गेम था उसमें एक दो प्लेयर्स डम थे, लेकिन यूजुअली अच्छे प्लेयर्स आते हैं उधर. और मुंबई पे मेरे को लगता है 70% टाइम बकचोदी होती है. बहुत कम ऐसे दिन में गेम्स मिलते हैं, 1, 2, 3 गेम्स मिलेंगे 6-7 गेम्स में से,
सही टाइम पे आ गए
कि जिसमें अच्छे प्लेयर्स आते हैं, बात करते हैं.
Soldan's trying to sneak through. There is a good stun, and he managed to take down Shiro, but NC Slasher off of the trades.
Yeah, trades 1 for 1. Famous in the pole position here to thread the needle, but Riddle Order's going back to B.
Bring the door down. There's a little bit of sound here, Pilski, and a little bit of a flank, too.
See if they can get this spike established here. Boom, very standoffish, but look at the position of Ace here on the flank behind Heaven.
Flanks on both sides. But the first one that comes through is from Zesty.
दोनों मन एक दूसरे के
take the shot down. Berserks as well. Ace trying to wrap back around.
अभी आवाज होगा भाई ये मैच में तो.
Trying to keep themselves on the spike. A little dark cover in his face though, so
दूसरा एक और लड़के ना ब्रो.
Teammates just around the corner. Good little tap from Ace. Looking for
the
the next
इतना गंदा स्मोक क्यों डाला है जेसपी ने?
क्या पता.
Trying to stay alive. He needs to play. He needs to go in now. He's running out of time. Dark cover out. Goes in for yet another tap. Trying to stick it to at least halfway, but Ace is going all the way into it. And unfortunately for Zesby, not quite able to get off in time. It's Riddle with the pistol win to kick things off.
It really was the ace in the hole there for Riddle. In on the back lines was just the trump card that they really did not expect. And Riddle Order starting off this game of Lotus beautifully on that attacking pistol. It was something mentioned on the desk to pick up on something 𝐆-𝐏𝐀𝐾 was saying. He thinks Riddle are fantastic at these pivot rounds. They were so committed into the A site there, but they were still able to find that contingency plan, both with Ace on the flank, as well as just being able to pivot straight through A-Link, break that door down and get into a B after plan.
And not just हाँ
विश्वास, मुझे तो खेलना था. देखो, मैं अभी 2 मैच खेला हूँ, 2 मैच खेला हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 विन किया हूँ. 2 मैच में 2 लॉस किया हूँ. 2 मैच में कुछ महीनों से मुंबई सर्वर पे भी खेल रहा हूँ, लेकिन उस पे नोटिस किया कि वो क्या बोलते हैं विन ट्रेड वगैरह बहुत करते हैं, उसके बाद कुछ हैक कर रहे हैं, ऐसा पब्लिक बार बार बोल दे जा रही कि प्लेयर्स हैक कर रहे हैं और तमीज से बात नहीं करते टीममेट्स के साथ।
Beautiful read there. You could tell their spidey
मतलब कुछ
senses
भी
were
बातें
tingling.
करते
They
हैं।
could tell
गेम
that Boom was stacked up behind that Viper
गेम
wall.
का
They were
कम्युनिकेशन
not
छोड़
in
के
a rush. They were not going anywhere too fast. They
कुछ
keep
भी
their heads
बातें
screwed on
चालू
their
रहती है गेम में
shoulders
बहुत बार।
firmly, and they make sure that they make
इरिटेट
it
होता है
through that
उससे और कुछ
anti-eco
नहीं।
without too many losses and give themselves a very strong bonus round here.
But that's the thing. I mean, Riddle, they are the ones who picked this map. Clearly, they've done their homework. Boom, there's a lot of game tape to study, especially in that overtime match against DSG.
Yes, 100%. This is the key half as well. 11-1 against Nows for Riddle on their attacking side. Boom with great defense. You're going to get the C's nade combo to take that A main control. Instant rotations back across the map here for Boom, but look at Riddle Order pivoting straight back towards C Noun. They have the one way to contest with. Gala goes forward, clears the space, and Soldown now trying to make his way into the site.
They've drawn out that utility, and now all they need to do is to
मार दे
overwhelm
भाई,
and
चिपका दे।
pressure Zesby. The rotations are here, though. Boom trying to fight back Soldown, trying to hop on over, but Berserk takes him down. Then comes the shot from Zesby, then comes Shiro. Riddle has no choice but to back off.
They have to go back to plan B, but with greatly diminished numbers now, Quack. Gotta shoot
अचानक
their way
अरीना
out
में
of
पावर
that
आ गया भाई।
situation. The Guardian, perfect weapon to do it, though.
Checking the door as well. If they can find the angle, that's the good way to start things off. 2-on-3. If they can find yet another target, maybe get the spike down, this could work.
That is the strength of the Clove. Even through death, can still have some impact on the round, throwing up that one way, applying some passive pressure. Boom now, moving forward. They need to clear this space. The smoke goes up again from the grave.
Academy players लेके lineup बनाए क्या?
Boom not wanting to move an inch,
दो
playing in very safe
Academy
positions,
players
which creates a lot of space now for
Riddle
Riddle
का?
to actually change things up and make their way back towards this B side of the map.
Yeah, you can tell very clearly Boom's game plan right now is to work with their numbers, go in for that retake.
Killjoy's dead, so no sound cue from the turret. Double dark covers create a lot of space, but Riddle Order, they know in this man disadvantage situation, they need to take a duel early on here.
Trying to go in for it with Prowler, but good little aftershock from Yatska keeps them at
रोक
bay.
दिया ना।
Shiro still inside of that little smoke. Yatska repositions. They might not have heard this. Ace
डबल मत मार देना
holding
बस।
the angles.
निकाल देंगे मुझे लग रहा है Riddle Order।
Huge value for Riddle Order. There goes the first. Not quite the
हाँ
next.
भाई ईशान, पहला गेम खत्म हो गया है। ये दूसरा मैच का पहला मैप है, लेकिन फिर भी टाइम पे है तो आज।
They take some losses, but they are staying alive here against the bonus. Not as clean as they would have
इंडिया की
wanted.
Valor
Riddle
Academy
definitely,
अच्छी नहीं है
even
क्या?
in
भाई
that
कौन सी
2-on-4,
academy है जिंक्स
applying a lot of
इंडिया में?
pressure. The Guardians doing a lot of damage there,
Hello,
and
Papa,
still
आज
their
मैं
contingency
टाइम पे
plans
आ गया। हाँ ईशान
continue
आज
to
तो
prove
टाइम पे आ गया।
effective for them.
आजा डिस्कॉर्ड
Yeah, I
ईशान।
mean, Boom,
अगर
even
पीसी
though
पे ही है तो।
Riddle were able to kind of turn things around a little bit, even getting the spike down, they managed to keep themselves cool and collected. They still have the crowd rallying right behind them.
Yeah, so we'll see if they can continue to string these rounds together. This is the key half for me. Like I said, Riddle had a monstrous attacking half against Nows. Boom were up 9-3 against DSG. Very, very good defensive side. C's nade combo does a lot of damage to Solder, but he avoids most of it. He doesn't even take a single point of damage from the paint shells.
Not too bad. A little bit of a chance for Riddle to recover in this moment. That said, so far we're still thinking about consistency.
Tickling the door.
Oh.
Hyper wall up. Beautiful spam
Shiro.
kill through tree from Shiro to thin the numbers. That's the initiator hitting the deck, so going to be harder to get back in with the Prowlers.
Heard the door, just had to check. Now it's
निकल
going
जा
to
शिरो इधर से,
pinned down
मरने वाला
behind
नहीं तो।
tree. Shiro behind that poison cloud. They're thinking about rotating, but they're not quite sure if they have to push through to A.
And for a pick. Waiting for a mistake from Boom, who continue to search for information with this fade. There's the one way. This is the double controller. The value of being able to continue to redeploy these smokes and re-hit the site.
How are they going to work against NC Slasher with this heaven angle, though? So much vision. If they take down Shiro, that might be a little bit more space to work with. Famous trying to get off the timing, but Kaide has him knocked down. And that's going to be NC Slasher, that heaven angle that I was talking about. The double kill. Kaide trying to push through.
Another tense 2-on-2. Berserk's a little bit of space to work with, trying to get through drop down. Kaide putting that plant down. One kill off the ult now.
Gotta watch these angles. Berserk's, he's trying to pull a sneaky one. Solar might have been spotted out by Ace though, so just trying to lock down this angle. Here comes the smoke from Zesby. Timing on the 2-on-2s. Riddle trying to keep
अरे
themselves
आओ
steady,
भाई
trying
बाहर
to
आओ
keep themselves tucked away. They know they have the advantage
आपका प्लेयर
of
आ
the
गया है
spike. They're waiting for that tap. A little bit of utility on the other side as well, but oh, off of timing, the swing from 𝐏𝐿 and then Ace to
भाई
take down
बरसक ने बहुत टाइम लिया भाविन
That is what's been an ultimate strength for
वो
Riddle
ओमन
Order
आ गया
throughout
साइड
this
पे फिर भी नहीं
entire
निकल रहा
tournament.
बाहर
The backliners, even though these players are
Mike
rookies,
on the way
don't have a
from Big
lot of
Billion Days
experience
next to me.
heading
Acha,
into
okay.
this tournament, they continue to deliver for Riddle Order. Ace was highlighted
स्कोर
as a key
प्रेडिक्शन दिया तो
player here, but
चॉकलेट
even
मिलेगा क्या
𝐏𝐿 has had
भाविन
monstrous games.
चॉकलेट
I
चाहिए
we saw
पब्लिक
some
को
beautiful
विश्वास को
multi-frags from JoJo in that series, and already
Exact
Boom,
maps का भी
a map
prediction दिया
that they've
स्कोर का
played
तो
time and time again. They've got so
मेरे
many
तरफ से
reps in
dinner.
officials on this map. This should be very comfortable for them. They're being put under a lot of pressure.
That's the darndest thing. I mean, you're thinking about Boom, and they have the core. They have
हाँ
been
विंट्रेड
here
हो रहा
before.
है
They're
काफी ज्यादा
doing so
आई
much,
गिव
but
प्रूफ ऑफ
still,
डोनेट
Riddle.
इक्वल टू राइट
They're
उनमें से
not
दो
doing a
आईडी
lot. On the other
अब
hand,
खेल नहीं रहे
they're taking things very slowly. They're quite happy to
अरे
work
वही है
this
ना
A
कि आईडी
control.
तो फ्री में बना
And
सकते
as we mentioned a couple of times now, pivot further on in the round if they need to. Boom, looking for damage,
finally
looking for a
अब
bit of an
देखने
upset
मिलेगा
with some
भाई.
cheeky positions on the buckies.
Always a little bit of pressure around the C side as well. So, trying to hold on to their weapons. They don't want to lose their advantage.
Creeping up on this A line, dark cover trying to create some kind of threatening presence of a cross in towards stairs, which pulls the rotation back across Fushiro. Riddle Order choosing to disengage over on the other side of the map. Ace is getting a lot of space on C mount, so Riddle choosing to go back there, and there's only 𝐷espy with a classic here. He might even get caught on the cross.
Ooh, the top of his hood has been spotted out. Ace calling his team. They're thinking about it.
ठीक है डराने वाला टिकी था क्या
as well. This is very likely going to be a site taken by Riddle. They push in. 𝐷espy tries to teleport away, but unfortunately it's going to be the shot from 𝐿 to take things down. Now pushing through the smoke. He's looking for some rotations to cut off. Unbeknownst to him, Shiro has slipped through. Now down to 6 HP, still trying to stay alive. A little bit of damage from Shiro already.
Shiro ने एक मार दिया उधर जाके रे
wanting to get the off angle. Famous wants to blast in as well. But here it comes. Ooh, great little shot with the metal as well. And that just dings them down so darn low. It's all up to Berserks.
Yeah. See if he can get any exits with the Bucky here, but unless anyone exits towards defense spawn, I think this is going to be a pretty clear and concise round for Riddle Order. Sold down the main man who you'd want to be finding with that Bucky, but he's going to get out of dodge, use that neon movement, which has been super impactful this game already. We talk about the current meta, how important it is to have a strong neon player. You see 𝐷ambie, the way that he just slides into sights, especially with the shotguns. I would hate to play against that. And 𝐷ambie, I mean, traditionally someone who's famed for his jet, has been phenomenal actually on the neon in this event and is continuing to have impact, whereas Famous, someone who we've said a couple of times, a little bit more of inflexible agent pool. You'll see that in this match maybe be the deciding factor.
And that's the consistency. 𝐿. Yes, sometimes he's a bit of a wild card, but so far in this entire tournament on the neon, he's been providing value to his team, creating space. Maybe not always the kills, but he's right there with them. Meanwhile, Famous gotta catch up.
Boomer anticipating another A main take. It's been A main take time after time, but they're going to once again throw the C's, paint shells, the Haunt deep into A lobby and open up that door. Riddle Order's applying some pressure to this B site. Smokes deployed, fast lane and the Haunt. The Prowler dealt with, so Riddle Order very much sitting around in spawn, feeling this one out, seeing if Boom is going to overextend it all.
And look at how quickly Riddle has adapted as well. So far, their default has always been that early C pressure. Now that there are smokes, a bit more pressure from Boom on this A angle.
लोग देखना किधर रुके यार भी go के लिए.
Get into the site pretty easily here. One off the Rolling Thunder. You have the overdrive. 𝐿 rather with 2 lives in this round could potentially take an early duel, and Riddle maybe going once again for this more contact approach.
Looking in for it. Here comes 𝐿. Slides in. Trying to hold them off with the relay bolt. He's looking for something, and he's found a lot of contact, a lot of pressure, a lot of presence from Boom. They are trying to rotate off of this. It's full-on chaos because Boom is holding their ground.
𝐿 immediately going back to the other side of the map, though, once again pivoting perfectly over
भाई
towards
अल्ट
the door.
किधर मार
JoJo
रहे
trying to get out of dodge,
क्या पहले
get
भी
into a
उसने
more
काफी किया है
comfortable
ऐसा
position,
कि
and
अल्ट
Boom
मार देता है
got
पर कहाँ
completely
जाती है
out of
पता नहीं.
position. They were
चलो भाई
anticipating
भाविन
the
अब तो
big
टाइम
commit,
हो
and now
गया
they're
है
trying to work their way back
प्रेडिक्शन
through waterfall with so much
मैं तो
time
बोल
to
दिया
pick up
Riddle
the
Order
spike.
जीतेगा
And it all
भाई.
comes down to it. I mean, there's so many levels to this one round. The macro adaptation, the micro with 𝐿.'s movement. And down to this. Ace hiding inside the dark cover. They do not
Whoa.
expect it. He managed to fight back, but still, what more can he do when JoJo is on the other side? Riddle with the 5th round win.
Just completely dominating, and those are some of the antics that we're talking about. These guys in Challengers Japan were thriving in the stage environment. We're thriving with the home fans. But here in Jakarta, it's ballsy to piss off the Boom crowd.
Yeah, you do not want to do that. They are roaring and chanting for them right now. You know, earlier on we did see only two Riddle fans in this entire crowd. I think they're feeling pretty good till though. I mean, Riddle, they are doing a really darn good job at playing out this map.
Boom gonna take a timeout now. This first half not going the way they would have wanted against DSG. They dominated on the defensive side. Their reads were phenomenal. They were great at holding down these sites. It just felt like it was impossible for DSG to find a way in, despite the fact that they themselves have got a phenomenal Neon player. They even play the double duelist. They had a lot of punching power in their comp. But this double controller here for Riddle, the way that they're pacing themselves through the round and being able to pivot in the mid-round, they're never in a rush to go anywhere. And that makes it feel like Riddle is very much in control despite being the outsiders here in Jakarta.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at how they're playing throughout the map. So fluid, so smooth. But what are you going to do? Can you keep this up? Can you be consistent enough to close out this map? They brought drums out to this arena.
This is where Boom, they need the 6 man's energy. They need the crowd energy because they've been wildly inconsistent in this tournament. They've had some high highs, dominating nows, but some very low lows, getting absolutely dumpstered by SPG, being up and down against DSG, 10-2 halves, then forfeiting an entire 10-2 lead that they had back the other way.
बिल्कुल मजा नहीं आ रहा है मेरे को.
Make sure that they can get that energy rolling.
अभी ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि इसके पहले के मैचेस बहुत अच्छे थे.
Despite being the less experienced team and the less experienced player,
ये लोग ये दोनों टीम ने 2 दिन में ऐसा प्रिपेयर कर लिया कि भाई.
They seem like they're in control so far in this game. You know, they very much are working the map, informing their decisions and controlling the flow of the round. And it feels like Boom is only being reactive right now. And it's something that I said previously. That was a big issue for them. They need to work their way back into this game, and it's got to start with this half bite.
लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना कि जो भी एकेडमी बनाएगा, ठीक है, वो लोग पैसा इन्वेस्ट करेंगे वो प्लेयर्स पे, और फिर बाद में इंडिया में आपको तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का सीन पता ही है.
एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का सीन, दूसरा इंडिया में लोग बायआउट भरते नहीं.
हाँ वही ना, मतलब तो मतलब जो भी इन्वेस्ट करेगा उसका तो लॉस है ना ब्रो. और वो कैसा कि इन्वेस्टमेंट लॉन्ग टर्म का होता है और शॉर्ट टर्म में गेन कुछ नहीं है उसका एकेडमी प्रोजेक्ट का. तो जो भी इन्वेस्ट करेगा पैसा उसको तो रिकवर होने के लिए बहुत टाइम लगेगा, और वो भी होगा कि नहीं होगा इंडिया में पता नहीं है.
That keeps his position hidden a little bit as well. Soldat trying to retrieve the spike, but off the movement, Ace!
क्या पका रहा है ब्रो?
As well. What is this?
शांत हो, सन्नाटा हो गया भाई. लाइब्रेरी बनने वाला है आज.
कोई नियॉन को मार ही नहीं पा रहा है दोनों गेम में भाई.
नियॉन
में इधर-उधर किए जा रहे हैं.
We have just seen some standout individual performances today. Dambi, Ivy, Ace now, all of these rookie players, regardless of whether they win this tournament or not, that is the ultimate tryout to get picked up into the Pacific League. Like, these guys are the future of Japanese Valorant. If I'm DFM, if I'm Zeta, and looking at someone like Laz retiring and needing a new generation to inject new lifeblood in the Japanese scene, these guys are it.
Definitely want to see that. Japanese Valorant has been needing a new resurgence. This could be it, but this is also the round where we have NC Slasher with a noted.
Early pick here for Boom. They need to capitalize. They've had a tough time finding rounds of this defensive half. Riddle have been controlling the pace of this game, as we've mentioned. They've been working the map, and you can see it with the individual agency taken by JoJo here. He's going to get caught off guard.
Prowler, though, it reveals all, and he's going to keep himself away. Shoots down one at the very least. Prowler off, and then he gets shut down. The timing on that was a little bit off.
This is where Shiro as well. Great pick on front B. He was doing a great job controlling front B and aggressive, taking duels and taking some agency in the game against DSG. Now breaking through the Killjoy setup. Yatsuka trying to get onto the site and get into this 2-on-4 after plan. Get a plan for spawn side. And I think Riddle will now aggress over onto defense spawn where there's no one for Boom.
ये रेड सर्कल किस चीज का आ रहा है भाई?
Smokes किधर कर सकता है ये?
Ace still hiding inside of the smoke, and this time they're a little bit more wary. 𝐵 trying to provide whatever support he can, so refreshing those smokes, cycling them through. Big value on the double
में अंदर जाना भाई.
Ace still holding the angle.
एक गन खा लिया.
Berserk is ready for the trade. It's going to be 𝐵 down now. He comes onto the other side, but off of contact, boom! They come in with the duo. It's famous.
ये man advantage के वजह से जीते.
Recognizing that paranoia came through on spawn side, they were able to read what Riddle order
वो A वाले को ना.
They were buying time for the rotation to come through all over on the other side of the map, and you can see just how passionate the fans are at Boom even getting around.
वही है कि जो एक साइड खाली छोड़ा था ना, वो इनको समझने के लिए टाइम लग गया.
It's been an absolute scrap. Only 2 players surviving in both of them, which is having a massive effect on their economy and their ability to consistently string rounds together.
It looks pretty good, but we need Boom to keep this up. I'll tell you what though, Pilski, taking a look at the ultimate economy so far, right now, Boom, they stand a chance at coming back into this game with a win streak. They've got the strongest ultimates, strongest defensive ultimates on their team. Now waiting in for it. Big fight outside of pillars. Ace and 𝐵. The support was great. Boom did not expect that contact whatsoever. Now into the site. Spike getting planted pretty soon. So them trying to hold off the baby door. Berserks. He's going to rotate.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of space here, Boom. Maybe even considering a save. This round went absolutely horribly for them right off the B main contact. 𝐵 doing what he can, but you can see they have no interest in winning this round. Caught out of position.
क्या ही लेकिन नर्फ करेंगे उसको? ऑलरेडी उसका एक दोस्त है वो एक कर दिया ना.
Ace, another multi-frag. This man is absolutely taking over the server right now for Riddle order.
He just keeps going. Show them as well, knowing that this is where 𝐵 wants to run off to. Trying to watch the angles. Ace gets taken down. Little recon shrouded step, but where else is he gonna go? He hears those footsteps, he hears that sprint, he's checking both sides.
That Riddle lose Jure bhai.
A little bit. Bench get one, shroud steps away, looking on to the next, but then here comes Soldan, just pre-firing the corner. 𝐵, will he stay alive long enough? Unfortunately, no. And the crowd cries out.
They just keep hunting for them. Riddle order is giving them absolutely nothing right now.
हाँ ना ईशान, उसके लिए शायद एक अलग ही स्ट्रीम आता है विदाउट कमेंट्री वाला.
Clean feed बोल रहे हो ना? हाँ वो देखते नहीं है. With the A traps, with the stacks, the adaptations, forcing front B there. They're trying to stay one step ahead. They're trying to take the fight to Riddle, but they are getting outgunned in the server right now.
ये तो unlucky हो गया ये round Boom भाई.
Something that's so unfortunate for this team. They've been having so inconsistent performances. Strong defense previously throughout this tournament on this map, but right now does not look that way.
Walking up front B for the second round in a row, but Riddle is so glued onto this. They collapse from both sides of spawn.
𝐵 with the
क्या clear किया है भाई?
हाँ.
समझ गए ना? A पे प्रेशर नहीं है, C पे प्रेशर नहीं है.
हाँ, क्या कर रहे? B आ रहे हो क्या? आ जाओ आ जाओ.
No chance. No chance in this round, unfortunately. This is going to be Riddle going up 8-2. And they're just reading this game so perfectly. That collapse from both sides of B was absolutely beautiful.
I mean, just look at the player cam right now. Look at how locked in 𝐵 is. Rest maybe starting to feel that pressure a little bit. He knows that he could potentially pick up, you know, weapon outside of pillars, but look at the mini map.
पहला मैच Neon 16-4.
I respect it, Quack. I respect it. You know,
दूसरा मैच Owen 18-4. मतलब?
You're trying to sell me an absolute bomb of a car that barely works. You know, the engine's barely functioning.
I'm slapping the hood. You know.
Look at this baby. This got so many miles in it. Nah, no chance. I'm not buying that, Quack. I'm not touching 𝐵 right now.
Yeah.
भाई सुन नहीं रहे भाई इस भाई.
Unfortunately, the guy falls down.
Everything that Ace touches turns to gold right now. So honestly, you'd probably be happy with that as 𝐵, but inside of the server, you know, away from fantasy lands where you turn to gold and things are all happy, this is nightmare fuel for Boom Esports right now. Their defensive half has not been the stronghold that it was.
क्या जो भी Neon नहीं ले रहा वो हार रहा है?
Great streak on this map so far. Riddle order is absolutely destroying them, and they've done a phenomenal job flipping this map of Lotus into something absolutely
Meta agents
scary
strong,
to play
too strong.
inside of Ascension.
That's That's right, Bilski. 2 rounds left in the half as well. And look at this sudden switch up in the strats, straight into B. And Soldan just keeps going.
धर लिया भाई.
Contact outside of C. And of course, Kaide
भाई उसने मार दिया एक और.
ओ भाई.
गार्डियन से किधर से दिया रे?
Yatska in for a bit of a trade. And then into the B side.
B entrance से.
They are just so smooth. Soldan with yet another kill. It's all down to Berserks. Can he go crazy right now?
No.
Yatska, the clutch monster from Riddle, strikes again.
Just couldn't convert that 2-on-2.
Hey, कितना है मिला भाई ईशान HyperX podcast?
Fade with util in hand, despite the fact that, you know, boom, Shiro goes absolutely ballistic there, and he had a phenomenal game.
10,000 का है ना कुछ तो?
नहीं अभी ऑफर चल रहा है ना?
तो 7,000.
Fantastic timings. So he has really been a massive performer here for Boom, particularly on the defensive side of the map. But really, it's just not been coming together for the rest of the team today. They've got 5 ults heading into the last round of the half. Maybe they could try to scrape a third round together, but I love that from Riddle. That's how you want to use the Clove when you've got the ultimate. Not dead yet.
On the offensive.
भाई ईशान वो सब माइक्स लेकिन सेंसिटिव होते हैं यार बहुत. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि वो कैसे कम करने का. भाई कुछ भी आवाज आता है उसमें, छोटा छोटा भी.
Will they even have the opportunity to? That's the thing. You're going to get the showstopper straight through the door, the Nightfall as well, but it's a complete disengage from Riddle Order.
They completely outread this, Bilski. They are falling back.
ये मेरे को ये फेमस का है ना अल्ट बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद आता भाई. बिना देखे किधर भी मार देता है.
The fact that Boom throws multiple ults at them. It's the rolling thunder just to be able to keep Boom at arm's length.
भेजना वीडियो यार विशान.
Completely resetting, slowing things back down and going back into this more.
हाँ पता है मेरे को. डिस्कॉर्ड पे भी वही सेम फिल्टर्स के साथ अपन अप्लाई कर सकते हैं.
Shiro can deploy the pit in the back of the site. It's going to be very hard to break for Riddle Order.
There it is, instantly down. Keeps Riddle Order away. Soldan is 1 point away from his overdrive though, but they don't expect the off angle from NC Slasher. Good adaptation from Boom, but is it enough? Jojo and Ace, they fire back. The flank watch is still always there. Ace, he has been popping off, and he's looking to pop off again.
The B site's open. Shiro trying to come out of the pit. Where are they going to end up? 20 seconds on the clock. Zesby's got the From the Shadows to reposition, but Boom are giving Riddle Order a lot of space right now.
Trying to check for a little bit of it as well with the From the Shadows on ZSB. Clearly a B plant, and they're trying to.
तीनों अलग-अलग 1v1s पे है.
The aftershock keeping them back and inside the smoke. Yatsuka could be key here.
A slow Paranoia out from Ace as well, all the way through pillars. Zesby tries to play along with him. Paranoia out from the doors. Zesby takes down Ace, but here comes Yatsuka. Oh, taken down by Berserks!
2 1v1 जीते.
Can he do it? 2 angles back to back.
Oh, nice try.
Zesby gets the headshot.
9-3 it is.
9-3 कर्स बोलते.
Doing whatever they can.
KappA खाना लेके ही आ जाता है. ये 2 मैप तक तो रुकना नहीं होगा.
वर्चुअल केबल ना भेजना ईशान मेरे को व्हाट्सएप पे भेज वो वीडियो. आई थिंक मैंने देखा है पहले ये. फिर से देख लेंगे.
A full Indonesian squad can actually do something and make their way in towards Ascension Pacific rather than just some standout individuals getting picked up.
अपने को डिस्कॉर्ड में OBS में तेरे को फिल्टर्स ऐड करने पड़ेंगे और फिर वर्चुअल केबल से वो डिस्कॉर्ड पे चलाना है. ऐसा है ना? हाँ.
I mean, they've been in this position before, Pills. Last year, Ascension 2023, boom. They had to face off against opponents like Lead, playoffs, and it just struggled. They just struggled with it so much. They definitely do not want to feel that feeling, that painful loss again. It starts with this map. It starts with this hack.
Yeah, gotta be a massive comeback.
Yes, देखा है मैंने ये. वापस एक बार इसका प्रॉपर सेटिंग्स ट्राई करता हूँ.
Going hard here in Jakarta. Boom needs every ounce of that energy that they can get because this series has not started the way that they would have wanted. But what I will say for Boom, very low lows, and that's what we're seeing right here in this game against Riddle Order. This has not started well, don't get me wrong, but they've had some phenomenal games as well. They dominated nows, and my question coming into today was, which Boom are we going to get? Are they Lanimals? Are they going to be the beast that wakes up on land? Or are they going to be, you know, that dog inside the house that, you know, the burglar comes and he says, hello, how you doing? Give you a nice little pat. Let me just grab your TV and chuck that in my car.
Oh, man. You definitely don't want that hungry beast.
They're looking a little sleepy today, unfortunately, Quack. And they need to wake up now because there is not much time in this elimination series to be messing around like they have been.
It's that logo from Riddle where it's making them think that this intruder's friendly.
True. Comes in with a smile and steals your spot at Ascension. Unfortunate.
It could happen. That's the scariest thing right now in this moment. Of course, it's a 9-3, potentially a comeback.
On,
मेरे को लगा गया मैं रिफ्रेश हो रहा था
getting ready to paranoia C now to make their way into C here.
Throwing out some of those smokes as well from Riddle. Boom. Now footsteps outside of Mound. 𝐏𝐾 hears it all. Calls it to his team as well, but no commitment.
Boom has denied a lot of info.
हो गया चालू.
He's reading this round very well. He's re-cleared A, and that's allowing a massive rotation towards B and C.
And they're doing it carefully. Slowly as well. Now here it comes. Into the site, yes. But where's the rest of the squad? Solent tries to hold the off angle. JoJo will do it instead. Famous makes a trade off onto the other side. 𝐏𝐾 now with the right click into sight. He's got a classic, and he's making it work. Reloads in with the pick-me-up. He tries to use the movement to the disadvantage, but it's going to be NC Slasher and Zespi to cut him down.
𝐆-𝐏𝐾. He's repositioning, making his way back to spawn. Boom. It's very losable for them. Two low HP players.
Have they heard him? It seems as though they have. The smoke coming up just at the right time. NC the angle, right clicks perfectly, square on into his torso.
Boom, breaking through a very difficult sight hold there. Ace with the perfect push in the mid-round, gathering all of that information over on the A side of the map.
करो भाइयों, चालू है stream.
4 players ready to hold that site when 𝐏𝐾 was getting warmed up with the pick-me-up, playing against Clove on a pistol round. Clove, Reyna, both of those agents being able to go to 150 HP is absolute nightmare fuel to play against sometimes. But Boom was able to navigate their way through that. Like you said, they were very cautious, working their way through that.
आयुष श्रीवास्तव, लेकिन बात समझो ना कि अगर हमें Ascension के लिए क्वालिफाई होना तो हराना तो उनको भी है.
They've got a lifeline back into this game. Pistol, the first step of many that will be needed. We need a clean anti-eco here. Good bonus.
उनके साथ कभी ना कभी तो फेस होता है ना. मैच खेलना ही था उनके साथ.
But they're starting to get a bit of a foothold. They're starting to scramble their way back out of it.
Yeah, Pilsky, it's looking very likely as well. I mean, look at the intentional rifle buy on 4 of the Boom players. They want to mount this comeback. Riddle?
और अपनी टीम का लास्ट ईयर का जो परफॉर्मेंस था उसके हिसाब से मिला था ना अपने को. वही था ना भाविन?
Relay bolt, that kind of thing. Sorry, no paint shells. I'm so used to the rays on this map. That's what you're expecting.
खा रहा है क्या तू?
We've seen the power of the neon trap blades. SPG's been showing over C now. You get hit with the recon bolt, and the neon can just slide in and steal everything from you.
Right around the door.
Yeah, Shiro being the money man.
Hello.
He's only got a sheriff. If he goes down, it's not the biggest of issues.
Virtual cable है अभी नहीं. नहीं create किया मैंने वो.
They've got to hold on to these rifles long enough.
The pretty, you know, a little bit of a
अभी तो मैं नॉर्मल ये ईयरफोन्स पे हूँ. उसका ही माइक यूज कर रहा हूँ. वैसे ये है दूसरा.
Trying to hold on to it, but still pushing out into Mound. They thought it's going to be the rotating door play from Riddle instead, but Boom are on top of it. The shots from NC Slasher and Famous, they are back into the game. Ace trying to rotate back in through Waterfall, trying to stay hidden. Zespi just marks it perfectly. A couple of Guardian shots.
Boom is back.
Come back in.
Very well done. Keeping the economy nice and steady, only losing the 1 rifle. Little by little, Boom are closing that gap.
हाँ ये राउंड पे डिपेंड है.
It's going to be down to this round. The gap might have closed, but if they can pick up this round, convert the bonus.
सार्थक बहुगुणा अभी ऑलमोस्ट वाला काउंट नहीं होता है ना रे विन में. काश वैसा होता तो हम भी ऑलमोस्ट थे उधर ही.
2 and 3, not a foregone conclusion, definitely not here at Ascension. There's that A main control coming in for Riddle order.
अच्छा स्मोक अच्छा लगा.
Gonna control that, but look at the setup towards C Mound. Riddle order fighting for the extremities, but Boom are not interested.
भाई जी 13-7 होने वाला है.
Sitting in the one way.
Let's go.
They're playing that 1-3-1 and they're clearing out front B. I'm keen to see if they're actually going to execute B here or if they're going to crunch into C Mound through the door.
Thinking about it. A lot of smokes into B site suggests that it will be that B site hit instead, and maybe setting up for Berserks to come with those flags.
Beautiful.
Shots, and he takes down soul damage.
भाई दो को निकाला, तीसरे को भी देख लिया है.
𝐆-𝐏𝐾 trying to fire back the flashpoint to fend off any oncoming targets.
ऐसा क्यों भाग रहा है बस?
Now into the site. It's going to be JoJo. Trying to play around baby door. You've got Boom players.
मुझे लगा उल्टा उसको पकड़ने जाएंगे रे वो लोग. वो ब्रीच अकेला था उसको. गए नहीं.
He knows, he feels something is off. There's someone inside of the smoke. Famous able to take down Jojo now. The timing on Ace's peak once again. He comes back in through. Paranoia out into the site. Boom, still trying to stay tucked away. Ace.
Galat nade. Fuck bro.
Now a stun onto Famous. He wants to peek out, but he can't. Ace has got a stang. Targeted.
मार दिया. वो क्या निकल गया राउंड भाई.
भाई माँ कसम भाई. एक ही बुलेट चलाया कप्पा.
The bonus. Famous doing just enough, diving out of the heaven smoke and taking that.
तारे बदल रहे हैं भाई. I don't know Rossi played if.
These are the steps that Boom needed to make to come back into this half. The crowd is now rallying behind
Redox,
them.
वो तो है
Bit
भाई.
of an oversight there for Riddle. Weren't ready for Berserks on that lurk there, but that was the
अभी
key
उसको
kill to
क्या
secure
बोल सकते
everything.
भाई.
A very tense exchange
I
in
don't
that
know.
round, but a
उनका
bonus
decision
win is
था.
undoubtedly huge for Boom. And now here's a chance for them to continue building an absolutely mammoth economy on this attacking side, and that's exactly what they need to try to win this game at Lotus.
The Odin being pulled out. Boom, they've got everything going right for them. They're starting to feel that momentum. 𝐏𝐘 trying to play on the other side of smoke. Unfortunately, not able to track through mid-air. 𝐵 takes him down. Now into the site. Ace.
ये राउंड नहीं ब्रो. ये राउंड नहीं.
Soldan coming in with a bit of a flank too.
आ गया है फ्लैंक पे. नसीब उसने वो वाटरफॉल वालों को मार दिया भाविन. नहीं तो हो गया था.
They continue passing the test every single time, and that is a very different looking score than what we saw in that first half. Boom, flipping the narrative. Had a monstrous defensive half against DSG previously. Now over on the attacking side, where they have a little bit more agency, where they can be a bit more assertive here against Riddle Order. They are starting to warm themselves up and take control of this game.
On the flip side, Riddle starting to wobble a little bit. They're trying to figure out how they can come back into this game.
A main control for Boom. They've got the lockdown. Huge tool for them to be able to open up one of these sites, put themselves into an accelerated afterplant. Famous also, one off the showstopper could be absolutely key if he's able to farm an orb or be able to actually make something happen in the mid round with that ultimate at the right timing.
Oh, really forward position for 𝐏𝐘 too. So even though they've got a bit of information now, they have to worry about Boom and all of the ultimates that they could pick up.
Boom has cleared C now. There's the showstopper for Famous. What are they going to open up the round with here? With the smoke getting deployed, I really prefer the lockdown to slowly clear out this site, to start to make their way through this smoke early on. Yeah, you can see Riddle Order were thinking about trying to crunch through the door, but they don't quite have the right timing on the rotations for that. So we're going to end up
comms होते रहेंगे अभी Riddle के.
And in goes Famous to Waterfall, zoning them back.
क्या?
ये पहली बार इसने नहीं मारा है कप्पा अल्ट.
Point away from the overdrive. He has it ready and he's thinking about it. Riddle, they have the sights around it. The showstopper not quite connecting to anything. Famous though, still holding down the angle.
Oh, boom, boom.
Boom. Ace, can he clutch this out? I don't think so. Still trying to peek in. Look at the triple stack. High-low setups.
Boom are giving him nothing.
Rallying in behind them. Boom. Not giving them an inch, not even a mile. From behind. Ace takes him down.
मज्जा सा आ गया.
Onto his rifle, trying to be that beacon of hope for Riddle Order.
Boom just crushing the sights right now. The lockdown was absolutely key there. Opens up the entirety of C. Able to flush Riddle Order back. You could tell they wanted to be able to make something happen in through the door. You know, they've got this comp where if they can actually get the Prowler forward, get some reach, shoot, kill, and find a nice timing to Boom before they get rolling too much, before they get too much space, then that's where they can actually make something happen in this round. But so far, they've been out of position quite a lot. Boom have been finding some great timings, and more importantly, they've been very resilient in these XBXs. The post plants have been phenomenal from them. They've been playing forward. They've been trying to be assertive. You saw the showstopper right off the rip. The overdrive comes out from Soldan. He's already making his way through the flank, already in through defense form, but Boom is on A.
Yeah, they just keep barreling through. Soldan with the overdrive. They hear it, they know it's all too clear. 𝐵 with a kill into the site.
Scott trying to open up the door. The Sheriff's starting to sing a little bit, but Boom are still clearly on top, and they've got full heaven control right now.
The two players from Riddle Order.
भाई Boom आज ready बैठा है. अरे अभी थ्रो मत करो रे.
Shot into Berserks. But can he do even more? The Prowler
and
see Slasher tries to peek out a little bit too wide. 𝐆-𝐏𝐀𝐘 takes him down. Famous and Zesby now.
They're going for it.
To keep themselves on the site. The Rolling Thunder from 𝐆-𝐿𝐻𝐾. Zesby with such a great angle on the Shroud steps. They might not expect this. JoJo spots him out, but a little bit too late. Zesby down at 5 HP. Famous on the other side. It's going to be
बेट आउट का आने का था KappA और कुछ नहीं.
हाँ हो गया.
Goes wild.
The cracks are starting to show here for Riddle.
Getting
very concerned about them. 6 in a row on attack here for Boom. Riddle order forced to take a timeout. They do not have an answer for this attacking side.
इतना सही है क्या ईशान वो डिश? खाना ही पड़ेगा भाई फिर.
The Spade is doing phenomenal, clearing the map. Prowlers forward in towards rubble or on the extremities towards Mount, and once they take that space, they use it as a launching pad to take the site. And once they're in there, Riddle can't push them out.
It seems, 𝐾𝐾, that Boom has found their appetite, and they are not letting go. They've gotten a great group hold on towards Riddle order.
9-9. भाई विश्वास 13-7 तो गया. नया कुछ है तो बताओ.
Not everyone's hungry first thing in the morning, you know. I started slow with a bit of a coffee.
Yeah, that's Boom's CEO in the crowd as well. He's smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah, mate. I'd love to see the cam on him in the first half.
नोएडा में नोएडा आ जाए अभी.
Thanks production.
अपने को शायद वो Zomato क्या है वो उससे मंगाना पड़ेगा फिर उधर से अगर मिलता रहेगा तो उसपे.
They're probably trying to avoid the tears a little bit more if possible.
You have to admit the fact, right? Especially for these two Riddle fans. Boom are a tough opponent to face in this Britama arena.
I mean,
still gracious though. Still cheering up their opposing team. Riddle, let's see what they've cooked up for us.
Well, look, honestly, the way I see it, great first half. Lots of multi-frags from Ace. Hard carry performance on the Omen. Where's the rest of Riddle order? Right now against Boom. Boom, everyone's getting warmed up. You're seeing each player chipping in right now. But Ace, 26-10. The rest of the boys need to step up here on defense because Boom is definitely outclassing them as a unit. It can't just be one individual versus a unit, you know?
Definitely trying to think about it too. I mean, Golem has been a little bit quiet ever since that first half. Trying to find some of these openings.
अभी KappA game अच्छा लग रहा है.
Boom want to go back and retake this A control. It's just JoJo over here solo. Try to see what he can find. If he can find a peek, forward goes Famous off the back of the Paranoia and the Prowler, and JoJo can't make it out. Famous getting warmed up, finding an opening kill. This is a win condition for Boom on the attacking side. No doubt about it.
Great adaptations, that's what it is. I mean, previously it has been the C side for Boom, now onto A, and they've managed to crack it open.
Yeah, you can see Soldam thinking about going through the smoke. They weren't ready for the timing. Zesby finally puts him down, and the rest of Riddle order continue to push the issue. Reserves on the flank though. Zesby from the shadows to the other side of the map. Reserves in the perfect position.
But it's going to be the ultimate. 𝐾𝐘 is not dead yet, and Zesby holds down the plant on the C site.
𝐾𝐘 gets the kill. He can now continue to push forward in this round, and it's a 2-on-1 for Riddle order and Zesby. 25 HP, trying to use the timing, trying to use the element of surprise. You can see 𝐆-𝐾𝐾's ready for it.
Boom gaya.
Away.
Boom gaya.
Rotate very carefully, not to make single peep. Now turning off.
What the fuck?
But 𝐆-𝐾𝐾, unfortunately, he's not ready for it. It's down to it. 𝐾𝐾 trying to fire back and
निकाल दिया रे.
The spray now, it connects. And Riddle
ये smokes अच्छे कर रहे रे. Gap रखा था खुद के लिए.
He needs to get on it. Okay, don't make sure. I saw Famous get off it earlier this tournament, and then it came down to 0.5. There was lots of time there, so I'm panicking for no reason. Beautiful round for 𝐾𝐾 though on the Clove. Riddle order was down and out. They've been pushing these smokes with the double controller all game long. It was working a treat for them on attack. They were playing inside of the dark covers, inside of the Clove smokes to disrupt the
बारिश आज हो रही है.
अरे ऑर्डर कर सकते लेकिन कहाँ से? मुंबई उधर से आएगा क्या?
Works out perfectly for Riddle and 𝐾𝐾, someone that had also a slow start in their game against Nous, I believe it was. Really started to turn things around and have a lot of impact.
Now pushing in through. I mean, you were talking about it. We're looking for some of the Riddle players to step up. Dolem's trying to do it. KappA has done it. Where's the rest of the team now? They are still looking to position themselves on the other side of the door.
Both teams really fighting over this A space. You can tell Riddle wants to pull the trigger and continue to fight. They're just inches away from Boom right now, but they can't find the right angle of approach.
They're being blocked off. They're trying to use their duck cover to segregate the site. Maybe find some bit more space to sneak in.
Behind the Viper wall right now. Spike getting tapped. Ace applying the pressure and TPing down onto site now.
It's going to be the pit though. NC Slasher in with the Odin. Good little shot out to Ace. Shuts down the star player for Riddle so far. Now looking around the extremities. It's going to be 𝐵 trying to cut them off. Trying to set up a flank. NC Slasher, he peeks out. It's going to be the spray. The rifle. The sounds. It's all too loud. Riddle feels the pressure.
He just whips out the... Riddle Order have taken all of this B main space, ready with a B trap. Ace solo on the A site. We'll see how much he can get done here.
I gotta anticipate a